Hello, lovely people. The country may be a mess. There's so much going on, such an uproar. One Lizzie Kate when the next one's about to go to. It's all crazy, but you know who you can always rely on? TDA, the day after. So welcome. Today is the Thursday, the 20th of October. We are the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And of course, we are also amazing hosts who have great vibes, who love each other, and there's never any tea beyond what you think there is. Okay? There's no tea. But anyways, I am one of your hosts, the Shade Queen, Martin Royalty.
It's old man use. Feeling old today.
Are you?
I'll tell you why in a second. And I am the fourth member of the Black Squad.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we're in all black.
We're in black. Top to bottom as well. Top and bottom.
Wow.
Yeah, obviously you guys can't see Brent, but Brent always wears black.
Where's Brent? Listen.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Black power.
That's right.
Love it.
All day. And they call me, man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam packed.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Why are you old man today?
You know when we had a caller that said, the one who was 25 from somewhere. And she goes, do you guys ever just wake up and feel aches and pains? Fam,
I missed that.
right now, I woke up at 4:30 because I had, I think it's a trapped nerve in my back. I thought it was in my dream. I kept rolling over in my dream, like uncomfortable, and I woke up thinking, fuck, my back's killing me. I got a pain in my foot. My pelvis is a bit, I'm feeling old, bro. I just feel like I just need something. You know what I mean? A deep tissue massage or something. Yeah.
Deep tissue massages are not it for me.
Oh, is it?
I feel like I've gone and worked out. And I'm sorry, respectfully, not to brag or anything, but, the shoe does fit. I am only little. So, so I feel like they always do way too much pressure on me. And respectfully, when it's been done by people who are bigger than me, no joke here, I'm actually holding onto the bed because I feel like I'm going to drop. I'm going to fall off the bed.
So who do you go to? You don't go to the Chinese people?
Do you know, I went there once, but I'm more of a hot stone babe.
Okay.
I'm a babe of leisure. Is it leisure? Leisure, that's it. I'm a babe of leisure. Yeah, it works both ways. He's going to beat me. But yeah, I'm a babe of leisure. So I like a hot stone massage. That's more me.
I've not done the hot stone thing.
Hot stone massage is banging, man. We have to make sure it's not too hot because if you don't speak, so basically my mum went...
I'll have to eat on there. Can we eat on there?
Don't ask me. Do you eat on me at 7? What kind there?
The thing is that he's actually he's
already started. Furthermore, why is that's like a plantain?
That was a banana.
That's a berry.
How could you do that planting?
Please show the camera, please.
The camera's here.
No, but
What, the banana?
no, show them. No,
The
What?
size of it?
hold it like upside down or
side.
something.
Oh,
That is massive.
that's what she said.
You're ridiculous. But no, so my mum's so cute. Whenever she gets a massage, she books me one as well. What a cute babe. But anyway, so she booked a hot stone massage for herself and booked me one as well. But then she went and the person burnt her.
Oh, serious?
But she was she didn't want to say anything in the moment. But it ended up she got scabs and everything. I think she's actually got a scar from it now.
Yeah.
So why didn't you speak up? It's ironic because when I do stuff at home, you're speaking up. But so then when I went, as soon as I thought, I said, hey, it's too hot. I learned from my mum's mistake. But no, hot stone massages are banging. Because basically warm stones or hot stones and they just rub you down with it. Oh, I need to book one in.
So they actually...
Yeah, they must have with the
whenever I've
stones.
seen pictures, it's like they just lay on you. They just place them on your back.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of towards the end, I believe.
Okay.
But it's really because you're oiled up and then they just use that to massage. Is nice. But deep tissue, I wake up the next day feeling like, gosh, it's worse than when I went in there. I think it's more for you, you guys are bigger, gym heads.
Yeah.
The men who eat glizzies give you the ick.
What's glizzies?
No, I said that. But obviously, I would normally eat this banana in a certain way. It's a normal way, innit? I'm aware of him. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna eat like this, break some pieces off. In case,
Rolling your hands, put in your mouth.
in case he catches me deep throating the banana.
Yeah, and that will be the thumbnail.
Then I thought, this day and age, obviously, there's a whole joke about eating glizzies. You know what a glizzy, isn't it?
Nah.
It's a sausage.
Okay.
Yeah, so apparently men are not allowed to eat sausages, ice lollies, long ones anyway, bananas,
Long ones.
because it imitates,
Do you think you can eat it, yeah,
Uckus
but
badders.
would that give me the ick? No, it doesn't give me the ick.
No?
Nah.
Does it depend on how you eat it though?
It depends on how you eat it.
Demonstrate how you eat one. Manuel, there's more where this came from.
You are not joking. What's going on here?
Like, I'm getting gym after, isn't it? So I'm gonna have a little bit of fuel. You know what I mean?
I can't believe you ask, is it okay to eat in here as it is school? But no, yeah, I don't know what would give you the... Is there anything that women can't eat with men?
Say again?
Is there anything women can't...
Oh, women can't eat.
Yeah.
Um,
But I definitely do feel
No.
self-conscious eating a banana around men though.
Okay. I see why. But
Don't ask me questions, you know why.
no, I know why, but I'm saying, is it because when you eat a banana, it's making you think about that?
No, it's not. I just think the same reason why you don't want to eat it like you usually
Yeah.
would because of Brent.
Yeah,
When I'm around men,
yeah.
I wouldn't want to eat it.
Have you
like
ever
that
practiced on a
because-
banana before?
No.
No. Have you ever thought about it?
No.
Okay. What about on a cucumber?
No, I think the only time I thought about fruits is when I watched Girl Trip. Grapefruit.
Oh, when she cut it open and you...
Yeah, and then yeah.
Okay.
Have you watched the Girl Trip?
no.
You should watch it. It's a good film.
Mm.
Yeah, there's something about the grapefruit there.
What was it?
Teaches women how to do things. But apparently that's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I did some reading on it.
Oh.
Not like that. Just eat your banana.
Is it exclusive to grapefruits, or can you do like a young tangerine or something like
I
that?
don't think you want to do a tangerine.
Clementine.
I don't think it's not a clementine. Yeah, I don't think a tangerine will give you the same effects.
Okay.
Yeah. What a nasty way to start the show.
Yeah.
But you know, while we have you guys' attention, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel as well. And also, you are allowed to call in. We've got some interesting topics today. You lot were dying for it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna deliver today. But before we get into all of that, should we get into our headlines?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's have the mayor.
So, should I continue as normal?
Continue.
All right. So, first headline. I'm pretty sure everyone is aware right now, right? But Suella Braverman has resigned as the Home Secretary. So, the reason why, I'll get into it in a minute, but Suella Braverman, like I said, has resigned as Home Secretary after sending an official document to a parliamentary colleague using her personal email. So, I want to read some of the resignation letter, right? Because there's a few things that I think we can quickly dissect, right? Okay, so, dear Prime Minister, it is with the greatest regret that I'm choosing to tender my resignation. Earlier today, I sent an official document from my personal email to a trusted parliamentary colleague as part of a policy engagement and with the aim of garnering support for government policy on migration. This constitutes a technical infringement of the rules. As you know, the document was a draft written ministerial statement about migration due to publication imminently. Much of it has already been briefed to MPs. Nevertheless, it is right for me to go. As soon as I realised my mistake, I rapidly reported this on official channels and informed the Cabinet Secretary. As Home Secretary, I hold myself to the highest standards and my resignation is the right thing to do. The business of government relies upon people accepting responsibility for their mistakes. Pretending we haven't made mistakes, carrying on as if everyone can't see that we have made them, and hoping that things will magically come right is not serious politics. I have made a mistake. I accept responsibility. I resign. It is obvious to everyone that we're going through a tumultuous time. I have concerns about the direction of this government. Not only have we broken key pledges that were promised to our voters, but I've had serious concerns about this government's commitment to honouring manifesto commitments, such as reducing overall migration numbers and stopping illegal migration, particularly the dangerous small boat crossings. It has been an honour to serve at the Home Office. Even the brief time that I have been here, it's been very clear that there's much to do in terms of delivering on the priorities of the British people. They deserve policing. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So
You wrote the doc.
Braverman's English is fantastic. But anyway, they deserve all that, plus respect and immigration policy they want and voted for in such unambiguous numbers at the last election, and laws which serve the public good and not the interests of selfish protesters. I'm very grateful to all my officials special advisors, and ministerial team for all of their help during my time as Home Secretary. I especially would like to pay tribute to the heroic policemen and women and all those who work at Border Force and in our security services. To oversee Operation Bridges, the largest policing operation in a generation, was a great honour, and I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to serve. So, that's her resignation letter.
First of all, yeah, Priti Patel would have never. Priti Patel was a lot of things, but sis was not gonna just jump off the ship just because it's sinking. This is wild, man.
Yeah.
And I don't like how they all keep like atting her. Because you're part of the government. Like, yes, she's a leader, whatever, but you could have said something, couldn't you? And you didn't. So don't now resign and then be like, oh, this has been a failure from the start. No, you're part of that.
100%.
You're part of that.
100%.
Listen, still,
you know what I'm
fuck
saying?
everybody.
Even I just seen Tariq say in the comment, and this is 100% true. He said, "That's not a resignation letter. That's a diss track." You know what I'm saying?
Ifa. What? Who's left?
Suella Braverman.
Who are the most notable people that left?
Kwesi, her.
Yeah.
No, not who have left.
Oh,
Who
who's
is
left? Oh.
Is it just Liz Truss?
Yeah, it's Liz.
Yeah.
We don't care about the rest of them.
Yeah, the foreign secretary and the deputy. No one really cared
Okay.
about them.
They're
Like that, yeah.
They're white, aren't they?
No, it's black and a woman.
Oh, yeah, because she had a whole team
Mm-hmm.
of BAMEs, didn't she?
Yeah.
So do you think that they're like rats, like leaving the sinking ship?
I think so, man, because I mean, obviously I get the whole data protection thing. You know what I mean? You can't be selling work stuff through your personal emails and things of that nature. But part of me feels she even did it on purpose, just to have a
I
reason.
believe so.
You know what I mean? Just to, because you never slipped up like this before, your entire career. All of a
Liz?
sudden, no, Braverman.
Oh,
You know
not
what I
that
mean?
brave, is she?
And then all of a sudden you send a work thing for your personal email and then you resign on that. Nah, she just wanted a reason to get out, I think.
What did she send on her personal email?
Just a document just a document to
Girl,
one
she acted like it's
colleague.
nude or something.
No, it was just a regular document. And she even said like people are aware of what's in the document. It's not like it's, you know what
She
I'm
did that on
saying?
purpose.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you know how many stages there are to send an email?
Yeah. Is politics kind of like, sports, where if someone from Labour leaves, the Conservatives might try and scout them? Or might try, you know what I mean?
Not really. No.
Like,
because no one really
Come to our
switches
side,
like
the best
that.
side. No?
They should though, because what was it? She said something here where she said there's something she said about like the party in itself.
Mm.
She should not be allowed to be a Conservative after this.
Yeah, she's
You can't diss all of
she's
us.
gunning everyone.
And then say you're gonna be a Conservative still.
Yeah.
But I need to know, what do they do for jobs? What do they do back? They just go back to being MPs?
Yeah, but a lot of them have like other businesses and
Regular
stuff.
jobs,
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so who was she gunning?
She's
Other
got-
than Liz Truss?
I think she's gunning the Tories' policies,
Yeah.
but it's all
But
under
it's
Liz
under
Truss.
Liz Truss.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
under Liz Truss. So yeah,
Yeah, but at me next time, innit?
it's kind of like what you were saying, Yusuf. It would be more so like Messi saying, "I don't like this manager, so I'm not coming to training no more."
Yeah.
And then to force him out and then come back to training when he got somebody.
okay,
yeah.
The Kwesi got fired, didn't he?
Yes.
I'd be fuming, just for the sake of ego.
But I swear he's still on the, what's it called? The backbenches?
Backbench. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just fired from that role. But yeah.
Yeah, but don't fire me when everyone else gets to resign.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Guess so.
I wonder if you saw the memes and how you felt about that.
Yeah, it's a shame. But yeah. Anyway, second headline is basically related to that. And this is just an update on who's basically going to be replacing her. And he goes by the name of Grant Shapps. So Grant Shapps has replaced Suella Braverman as Home Secretary 6 weeks after being fired as Transport Secretary by Liz Truss. So this is not Braverman. He was fired
Oh, dear.
6 weeks ago by Liz Truss, right? As Transport Secretary. So as you've heard, Braverman's quit over 2 data breaches, but also launched an attack on Mrs. Truss' premiership in her resignation letter. She accused the government of breaking key pledges and of pretending we haven't made mistakes. Labour said the government was falling apart at the seams. Speaking about his appointment, Mr. Shapps said it was a great honour to be Home Secretary and praised the work of Chancellor Jeremy Hunt, but he didn't mention the Prime Minister. He acknowledged it was a turbulent time for the government, but added that he was looking forward to getting stuck into the role, regardless of what is happening in Westminster. Mr. Shapps has previously said he was fired by Ms. Truss when she became the Prime Minister because although he was an effective minister, he had not supported her in the Tory leadership contest. So he was more so on the side of Rishi Sunak. So when she came in, that's why he got removed. And some additional news as well. It's just more evidence of everything just kind of crumbling around Miss Truss. But her special advisor, who goes by the name of Jason Steen, has been suspended. And he's to face formal investigation by the Propriety and Ethics team, which is responsible for standards across government. It follows some anger from Conservative backbench MPs about briefings from Number 10 sources over the weekend. He's previously worked for Ms. Truss when she was the Chief Secretary to the Treasury before he became the Special Advisor to Amber Rudd. He also worked for Ms. Truss during her Tory leadership campaign. So asked about the suspension, Ms. Truss's spokesperson refused to refer to Mr. Steen by name, but that person came out and told the reporters the Prime Minister has made it very clear that some of the briefings are completely unacceptable and must stop. And this was in reference to a briefing that he made to the newspapers, basically about certain other MPs, basically saying they're crap.
Wow.
But he used stronger language.
Oh, is he the one that apologized? I saw someone apologize on Twitter and said that they used the word, and even though they used the word in private, and even though the word wouldn't come out, they just feel sorry about it. I can't remember who it was, but
I'm not sure. But yeah, either way, special advisor's gone. Yeah, so that's the end of the headlines.
do you know what? Brent put up a poll, and I want to know what we think as well. He says, so how long has Liz got left? 1 week, 2 weeks, gone before Christmas for sure. She'll see in the new year.
I'll say gone before Christmas.
I think 2 weeks.
Okay.
Really? I don't know what she's like though.
Well, to be fair, if I say I'm still right then. That's still before Christmas.
But is she? Do you think she's resilient? Like, are these things getting to her visibly?
I think so. I think she's really just trying to do anything right now.
We might come on Monday and she's gone. Then I'm voting 1 week.
Because like she's trying to hire people from, like, it's just everything just looks a mess for her right now.
The Queen has barely left, you know. Then again, there is a point. It's all under a king.
Tariq says by the end of the day.
Oh, is
End
it?
of the day. Oh wow.
I saw Tariq is friends with her. Or is it Saleh?
No.
Saleh is friends with her.
Is it?
Yeah, he says in the comment he's friends with her.
Oh, as in he's real life friends with her.
Yeah, he says she follows him on Instagram.
No way.
Who?
This follows him on Instagram. I wonder what Instagram is like, man. She looks like she's fun. I feel like she's gonna quit here and then go to what's that establishment in London that doesn't let black people in? That club.
What's it called?
Libertine.
again?
Yeah, Libertine, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check your Instagram page.
You know what, guys? Well, let's get into our What You Saying topic of the day.
Yeah.
Little monologue.
Okay.
So this is going to be a part 2 of what we talked about yesterday. And yesterday, a lot of you had so much to say in the comments, even though the What You Saying topic of the day was directed in one direction. You don't want to bring in other directions, and we're fine with that. We tell you this is a show for the people, so you can always make suggestions. But I would like to make a suggestion of my own, and which is that first, you guys like the video because don't be a witch, but also call in to let us know what your thoughts are, what you think. Don't just put it in the chat, because if you put something in the chat, sometimes we can't understand what it is that you fully mean. So call in, don't be shy. The number is pinned, it's 075 6484 1073. But Emmanuel.
Also, Liz, I'm going through Liz Truss's
Insta.
who's she following? She's only following one black guy so far.
Saleh.
No, it's, not Saleh. it's one MP guy.
Oh my God, did you unfollow Kwasi?
And I've gone quite far down as well. I'm just seeing white man after white woman after white man after white woman.
See, she follows Kwasi. Because I will unfollow you. Sorry.
But they're friends though.
Don't care. You fired me.
They're meant to be.
You
like
fired
friends.
me, and I'm actually your friend. That's deep.
Kwasi is KWASI, right?
Yeah.
Nope, she don't follow him.
If you think I get fired from TD, I'm going to follow you guys' page. Everybody getting unfollowed. Don't care.
What's the thing in Instagram?
Was who?
The guy who's claiming that she follows him.
Saleh. I don't know. I just assume.
SALEH.
H.
I think it's underscore MA, you said.
SALE.
H. Underscore. Where is it? MA.
Oh yeah, she does follow him.
Big up Saleh, yeah?
He ain't lying. He ain't never told a lie. Go on, Sally.
That's so jokes.
Oh man, yeah, he's typing. He said, "Yeah, she's among my followers."
Man, like, ask her, see what's going on.
Yeah, man. Offer some support.
Mhm.
But yes, today's topic of the day. All right, so the question is the same. Why do you believe what you believe to be true? But today we're going to base it on gender roles. So again, broad question, but in any way that you kind of see gender roles as they are now,
Yeah.
why do you think they're this way? And do you believe they should remain this way? And why do you think what you're saying is true?
I think we should establish what gender roles everyone believes in first.
Yeah.
Ooh, but what I believe in now is different to what I was raised with
All right.
or what I was socialized to believe in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're all socialized to believe kind of the same thing, especially us
Yeah,
all
breadwinner,
being,
housewife.
all being black, all being from
Africa.
Caribbean
Oh, yeah, I forget.
countries.
Brent, would you want to be honorary Nigerian?
An honorary Nigerian?
Yeah.
Like when it is I go to Nigeria?
No, like just
Oh, you mean
sometime
just
when
for
we took on TDA. Yeah,
Okay. I could identify as a Nigerian today.
thank you.
Good.
Yeah, we're all Nigerian in here.
All right, so all Nigerian. So we all have, I guess, similar,
Don't say any racist things, Brent. You take it too far.
teachings from our parents and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But what are our own like gender roles that we kind of like live by?
Okay, so my gender roles I live by now would say, I think I see, I would say that I see,
Oh, Marx is here.
he ruined the color. I should have messaged you.
Oh yeah, to wear black.
We're all in black, babes.
He's got a black hat.
That don't count. That's like a speck of dust. Yeah, we're all in, like literally all in black from head to toe. And you come in here being a rainbow.
I didn't get a memo.
It's fine, babes. Bring the light in. Why are you laughing, Brent?
Is that
You not started already?
that top that he's using?
You said we
Yeah.
started. Do you know what time it is?
Huh?
Don't make me do this.
We're on topic of the day, you know.
Don't make me do this to you, Brent. Mugs, please.
No, wait, what time did we start?
The time
I don't know.
that we started a minute ago, a while ago. When topic of the day?
We ain't gone that far in. We just literally just started topic of the day.
Because
Okay,
basically,
literally.
there was a risk that you might fall asleep again. And I just feared that we'll be sitting here at like 11 a.m. and you would still be sleeping.
No, man, I'm up. I'm ready to go.
All right, love it. But yeah, so topic of the day, we're talking about same thing we talked about yesterday. Why do you believe what you believe? Well, now today we're talking about gender roles. And I was just about, and Yusuf asked, what gender roles do we believe in? Because technically, obviously we're all black and Afro-Caribbean, so we would have been raised with kind of similar gender roles in terms of breadwinner, housewife, child care and all that kind of vibe. So we're asking what gender roles we believe in today. And I was saying how with me, I think it's more equal. Do you get what I mean? I think when it comes to gender role for me, I see myself as more than someone who's a child bearer.
Yeah.
I see myself as a contributor to the home. I do think there are certain things that, I see as equal in the sense that there are certain things my partner may be able to, my husband will be able to do, but there are also certain things that I'll be able to that he wouldn't be able to do. So it's like it's a partnership for me in terms of that. Is that gender role? That is gender roles, right?
Yeah.
In terms of what I should be as a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it as I don't see myself as just someone who's going to be a housewife and who's going to be a mother. I think there's so much more to me than that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm answering this right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, and in terms of how society is,
Yeah.
do you feel like how society generally places the genders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that's a good thing? And if it's not a good thing, why do you believe what you think, which is in opposition to that, is better?
I think with society it's tricky because when I think there's just so many conflicting ideas in society that I don't think society is geared in one way. Do you get me? So it really depends on where I am, what circle I'm around, kind of thing.
Okay.
But I would say that society, if anything, from my point of view, society pushes more equality, I would say, than the 1950s gender roles, in my opinion. I think, obviously, here and there, people have their preferences and stuff. But I would say, in general, I think that there is, like, say, for example, so women's desire for equality is being entertained a lot more than I would say back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually provision being made in places of work and in different areas of society that is representing that.
And that's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing because I think times have changed. I think obviously during like the industrial era, you
Sorry.
going through it.
My back is killing me.
Put a player behind you. In the industrial era, where the men went out to work and farm and stuff like that. It made sense, I guess, for women to be doing this and doing that and taking care, and you had to go off to war. Now men are on Twitter chatting shit. They're fine.
Wow.
I don't need to be. They're good. Do you get me? So I think we're in a different. I always believe, right? This is why when I had a conversation recently about modern women, I believe that we have to go with what the times that we live in right now requires, and we don't have a lot of like manual. Well, in this society anyway, a lot of like manual labor work that would require me to be at home. Unless my partner and I make a decision that, you know what, we want our children raised just by us. No nannies, no nothing. Then we can talk about that. But outside of that, the way society is set up these days, I can be a mother and I can work. And my partner can also be a father who's present in his children's life and go to work and come back home. Do you get me? It's not a thing where you have to travel for work because you have to go, go to some mine wherever else, somewhere else. Do you get what I mean?
Can I ask you this, yeah? Because obviously I know you're a bit traditional as well, right?
Yeah.
If you was like, you made, let's say, twice as much as your husband, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? We don't need to be paying for nursery. Like, one of us could just go to work.
Yeah.
We're cool, you know what I'm saying? And we can use that money to do other things, whatever, right? Because you're earning more, would you be okay I know it's not everyone's business, but say you was in conversation talking to your friends, family, be okay with saying, I feel no way about it, saying, I work, but my husband's at home looking after the kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would feel no way about it. That wouldn't give me the ick or anything like that because all I see is that our children have their parents in their lives. And I think, because I even believe, I was just actually listening to Receipts the other day, and Tolly was saying how she believes in like tapping in partners tapping in and tapping out, where sometimes, we're both working, for example, and I'm like, do you know what? We actually have enough for us to be fine for a while. Things are a lot for me right now. I want to take a step back, and that's fine. And we kind of tag each other in. I think that's fine because it's hard. This world is hard. Got to do what. And I think the important thing for me is that everyone does what's best for their family. Do you get what I mean? My partner may have, for example, in his career, hit every milestone and every goal that he has. And whereby I'm then like starting out. So what that means, so because he's done what he's done, he can afford to kind of take a step back and allow me that grace to then go and soar if I need to do that. Do you get what I mean? I think it's really about what works for the family. But I know that the way I'm wired up, I don't subscribe to the gender role that has been traditionally placed on me, which is that I should be a housewife and just a mother and just do nothing but that. I will go mad if that's all there was to my accomplishments in life. I couldn't survive on that.
Yeah.
All right, for me, I subscribe to, just like personally as a man, that the man should be the main provider, financially. Not saying the woman shouldn't contribute, but the man should be the main financial provider, the main protector, breadwinner. Essentially the head of the household. I think decisions-wise, it should be kind of 50-50, so equal. But if someone's to have the last say, I think it depends on what it is that's being discussed. It's very, it's not a one-size-fits-all, to be fair. But I feel that the man should be the head of the household. I don't subscribe to gender roles for women in terms of them having to be the sole cooks and cleaners and all that stuff. Since I was young, I've been raised to cook, to clean, to do my laundry, to iron my clothes, to take care of myself since young. So I've always been self-sufficient. So I've never relied on a woman, whether it be my mother or partners, to do anything for me in that regard. So I do all that shit myself. In terms of, like, for example, cooking, I don't mind if my wife wants to cook for me all the time. I'm not going to say no. If she wants to do it, I'm happy to put my feet up.
Go off, sis.
But at the same time, I can cook. Like, for example, this weekend just gone, me and my missus were in my house almost the whole weekend, and I cooked every single time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wanted to chill, and she didn't want to cook, so I cooked every single time, and I was cool with that. So yeah, for me, I feel like the man should be the main provider. But I don't subscribe to women having to do XYZ at all, because I can do, and that's just me, because I can do those things myself. You know what I mean, I don't really even like the idea of someone waiting on me hand and foot anyway.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be annoying. Like,
Yeah. It's giving servant. You know what I mean?
it's giving.
It's given. But again, if she want, like for example, if I had a missus who subscribed to traditional values and she wanted to do all those things, like no use. I want to do it because it makes me feel good. It's my values. It's how I want to live my life. I'm like, cool. With certain things, with cooking and cleaning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because if someone wants to cook and clean for you, who am I to say no?
Who might say no?
Who am I to say no? Who am I to knock your dreams go off? But can I do it myself?
Your
And
dreams.
would I do it myself? 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I guess we go to Marks, I was just gonna say, I know, like you said, you don't mind doing the cooking and cleaning, and that, right? But say your missus was at home,
Yeah.
looking after the kids, or
Yeah.
you ain't got kids yet,
Yeah.
right? And you're out working, coming home. But again, you don't mind cooking and cleaning.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you get to a stage where it's like, wait a minute, what do you do though?
What if she was at home taking care of the kids and
no, there's no kids yet.
no kids. Okay,
yet.
cool.
So I don't know. Maybe she's looking for a job at the time. I don't know.
Okay.
Right, but you're working and you come home and you do the cooking and cleaning because you don't mind, because you're used to it before she
Yeah.
moved in, right?
Okay.
Would you start to question and say to yourself, wait a minute, why don't you cook though?
Hold on. So she's unemployed.
Yeah. So she's at home.
Okay. Why is she unemployed?
I don't know. Maybe she's
trying to
just
find a job,
Yeah, trying to find a job.
All right.
Say why?
So I'm with her. Okay. I meet her. She's unemployed.
No, she might have been working.
Okay, cool. So she's unemployed at this point in time. She moves in with me.
Yes.
And she's actively looking for work.
Yeah.
I come-
She's not a bum.
She's not a bum.
Yeah.
But she's at home looking for work. That's her job, is looking for jobs, essentially, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I get home from work Monday to Friday, and every time I come home, the house is messy and there's no food.
It's not messy, but there's no food because you have to, unless you made the food the day before.
Yeah, I've got issue with that.
Yeah, so what are you doing at home?
You do have an issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're at home all day, because if the roles were reversed, you have an issue if I wasn't doing something.
Yeah, if you came home and the house was messy and I'm just there, PlayStation, she's definitely having an issue with
So
that.
what? You're waiting for me? Is she waiting for me to come home and cook?
You walk in, she's like, so what we gonna have what we having for dinner?
She's like, but like, I thought you like cooking. Like, you don't mind cooking, Yusuf.
When did we establish that I want to be the main
The
cook?
lead chef.
I said 50-50, babes. And if I'm working all day and you're at home chilling looking for work and you're in the house, multitask, babes.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Get home, she hasn't got the meat out of the freezer. It's
You know what I mean?
ridiculous.
Applying for jobs on one hand, chefing it up with the other hand. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you think?
Me,
Yeah.
I subscribe to the traditional gender roles, wherever they would be. Like for the man in the household, being the hunter-gatherer type protector.
Not
You
the
get me?
hunter.
Yeah, no, that's just what it is. And obviously the woman being the more nurturing one. But I think in this day and age, you need to be able to like adjust, because I think they only subscribe if they're fitting. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, if you are saying that you want to be the provider and the breadwinner and that, like, you've got to really be doing it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's situations where like the guy is not the main provider or the guy is not the main breadwinner. And then I think in those situations, it needs to be adjusted. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, whether it be through cooking, cleaning, looking after the kids. So at the end of the day, it's really just about a partnership, innit? And whatever the partnership is, I think there should be different individual to every relationship to just work for whatever works for you lot. And you should be able to give and receive or concede or whatever, just depending on what makes sense. Because there's no point being stubborn and your gal is earning more than you and you don't want to look after the kids or stay at home or whatever, just because of ego and pride and stuff like that. It just kind of don't really make no sense. So initially, I would like the traditional gender roles, whatever they are, but I'm open to make adjustments. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you've got a woman that's a go-getter and that's out here trying to achieve what she's trying to achieve and she's powering through and she's doing it, then really you need to support her in all those endeavors and support her however you can. So I'm not like some chauvinist that's just stuck in my ways or whatever, but I would prefer, I cook myself good, but I like being cooked for. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if I'm out all day, I want to come home and have food on the table and the place be clean and stuff like that. Like, especially cleaning. If you're not cleaning the yard, why are you even in it for? This is ridiculous. This is mad. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care about kids, nothing. If you're not cleaning the yard, why are you in my yard? This is mad. If I leave my yard messy and I come home and it's still messy and you've been here, this ain't gonna work for me. I need a gal with OCD. You get me? If she ain't got OCD, she can't be YB.
You're ridiculous. Do you know what's mad though? Is that there's some men here who are very like, I'm a traditional man, I want to be the breadwinner. And they insist that and the wife's like, no, it would be good to work, but we can get more money. And they're like, no, you be at home, blah, blah.
No, but
And we're poor.
but by breadwinner, I don't mean that the woman shouldn't work.
No, yeah. I'm saying there's some men who don't want their women to work.
Oh, okay.
So they insist on being the breadwinner. They insist the woman's got skills or whatever. She's gone to uni, whatever. She can work, but they insist that she doesn't work, and they want to be the only ones that work. We're poor. We're struggling.
I don't get that. I don't get that mindset.
It's mad because
Even if my partner works and we go out, I'll still probably attempt to like pay for all the meals and stuff and pay for all the dates.
Because is her working taking anything away from you?
yeah, but that's the thing because there's. You know, I watch Divorce Court a lot, yeah, and they're actually real life couple because you know how I get to preen people, and like I've seen so many cases where the men are like that, where that the woman's like, I actually don't mind working. Yes, we've got the kids and whatever. I can do what I need to do. I've spoken to my mum. My mum can take care of the kids during these hours. I'll do part time. And the man's like, no, I'm the man. And the judge is like, but you're in debt. Like you're in debt. Like if she actually worked, that'll be fine. Like, what are you talking about? There's some very interesting people. Again, for some people, it's like they've been socialized to conditioned to like you're the man of the house, but you're not doing man of the house things. I'm sorry, but if you insist that I stay at home, I don't want to know poverty. I don't want to know struggle because otherwise then I might as well go out there and make myself useful and help our situation. But I can't be at home knowing that there's stuff I can do outside because you want to be a man and we're struggling. That's dead. Can't even brunch my girls. That's so dead. It's ridiculous.
I guess it's just an idea that men, you know, they like to be the provider. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I want you to be able to rely on me and know that I won't let you down. And so if, as a family, we need X amount of food in the fridge, I want everyone to know that I can do this. I can provide. You know what I'm saying? And not need you to have to go out of your way to assist me. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I believe I should be doing. I think that's probably his mindset.
But then you're not providing those.
He's trying.
You know you ain't trying hard enough. Because you know what it is? I feel like, to be fair, I just feel with relationships and partnerships and stuff, I see it's just a partnership. Like we should help each other. Like areas where, that's why I always say that I don't think it's, because people are like, oh, it should be 50-50. It's not like get a measuring tape out and it's exactly 50-50. There's stuff that you will not have the skill set to do and I'll be able to help out with. And there's stuff that I can't do that you will, it shows up and in like different ways and not always in a set way. Do you get what I mean? But I don't know. I definitely, this is why I say sometimes I can't be with a man from back home because their mindset. Because also, I don't want someone whose ego of, oh, I'm a man comes into play in our relationship. Because the reality of life is that, yes, you might, what's going on here? You might be, when we got together, you might be the high earner and blah, blah. But life happens. Recessions happen. Life happens. So then you might get to a point where I am earning more than you. I can't have you out here with a complex and trying to like humble me because now your ego is all bruised because like this is the reality of life. Do you get me? And there's times when you might want to change careers and you know you can't find a job or you don't know what you want to do next, and so that means okay, we're relying on me. Like these are the realities of relationships people don't always talk about. But I feel like I don't want to be with someone who's so stuck in their ways that when life happens you can't adapt to the changes that we're facing now. Sounds like struggle to me.
If your missus earns more than you, that should just, motivate you to hustle more.
That's more, So how would you, because obviously like you said, you want to be the main breadwinner, right?
Yeah.
Would you have an issue if you're not the main breadwinner? Like, how would it make you behave in the house? If, for example, she was the main breadwinner and you thought, I'm going to hustle harder.
main breadwinner as in she makes the most money or she pays most of the bills? Because you can still make the most money and not pay the most of the bills.
Yeah, both.
It wouldn't be like that anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. If I earned less money, I would still pay the majority of the bills.
So let's just say you paid based on your salary compared to hers. You paid and you was left with, let's say, £50 every month.
Impossible.
So let's just say like there was just like that much bills. You know what I'm saying? You have a big house.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cars.
In that extreme example, where I'm left with $50.
Yeah.
Then she got to do her thing.
All right.
Yeah.
If you earn less, why do you want to pay most of the bills?
Well, first of all, it depends on the disparity of the difference between our wages. To be fair.
Okay.
So that's definitely a factor. If I earn, I don't know, give me a little
Let's say 25%.
less or
Oh no, like let's say like average salary, so it's like 25K a year.
yeah.
But she earned, let's say, 80K.
Oh, Jesus is Lord. 80 and 25. Oof. Okay. She might have to foot the bill there.
All right.
I wasn't thinking of that. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. But in totality, if my missus earned more than me, it would just motivate me to make more money because I want to be the person who earns the most. I have nothing against her earning lots of money, but just personally, it's not even just to do with her. It's just me. I would rather earn on more, but I'm not opposed to,
Why is that important? Do you feel like you should earn the most out of like your friendship groups?
Nah, not friendship. No, when I say
So
personal,
why is it when it's with your partner? Why is it such a big deal that you want to earn more than them? Like you're saying that you have to do it. Like it's a thing like you go and hustle harder and stuff like. Why is it such a competition? Like why do you feel like that?
Because, like I said previously, I feel like the man should be the main breadwinner. So, and if I'm to be the main person who's paying the bills, then it's a good idea to earn a lot of money. If I'm going to say yes, I'm going to pay the vast majority of X, Y, Z, then mathematically it only makes sense for me to earn as much money as I can. No?
So it'll be a problem if you find someone that you connected with in every way. You sort of get along well, rah rah rah. So you're obviously in the relationship, but she earns more money than you, and you can't change that. Does that affect your relationship?
Again, I think it depends on the disparity of the difference in our wages. Because I think once you're both in a certain bracket, the difference may not matter. So, for example, let's just say I'm earning 100,000 a year, and she's earning 150 a year. Because I'm at a certain level, her being above me won't really bother me. But the example of 80 and 25, to me, that's a vast disparity in terms of, income, lifestyle, even what career you're in as well. So yeah.
I've seen in the chat that someone's basically saying, we won't mention who, but someone's basically saying she may not watch live because 85% of the time her head is hot, right? I just wanted to ask her if she hasn't switched off, what's your ideal structure in your household? Like, say everything was your way to this person, right? How would you want things to be structured in your in your household?
I don't think we were given any heat this morning.
Yeah, but people are people.
What? Her head is hot based on this conversation.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
I don't see
I
any
don't
heat.
think we said anything.
Margaret,
Yeah,
can
we
you just
definitely
answer Danielle's question, please?
What's my question?
Did Marg say if he left his house messy and a woman stayed over, that she should clean up to his mess, or is the assumption that it's their mess?
It could be my mess. It could be whatever. If she came over to my house and it was messy, and I left her the yard, and I left her in the yard, and I came back and she was just chilling in squalor, then trouble in there. Trouble in there. She's no good.
In there.
She gotta go. You can't matter if it's our mess, my mess, whatever. If you want to chill, go chill and mess in your own yard. And obviously, there's no wrong or right. If you don't want to clean up, don't clean up. But you ain't coming back here. That's up to you. You don't give a shit.
Is it you
Might
invite?
just say one strike, you're out.
If you invite a lady over and your house is actually messy, you brought her into your messy house, and you happen to get up and go to Leicester to Just Type, obviously, you would expect her to clean up your house by the time you get back.
No, it's not an expectation. It's a hope that I left you in there, and you didn't take it upon yourself to fix this place up after you're going to be here. You're going to be using my electricity and my gas and all these things, and you're going to sit here all day and just not. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. This is what I'm trying to say. But I would just hope you had something about you that say, you know what, let me just spruce this place up a little bit. Because if not, you're not the type of person I need to be with, regardless of whatever else you bring to the table.
And if she had brought you back to her house and her house was messy and you woke up in that mess and she went off to Just Hype, would you clean it up?
Yeah, I would. I couldn't just sit around in mess like that. I'd spruce it up a little bit. Yeah, I would actually.
All right, cool.
Yeah, because it's just horrible.
I said
Cool.
it's a hope.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So someone said that basically that Margs is insane for that viewpoint.
No, but I don't,
But then she followed up by saying, "Would you clean her house?"
yeah. So
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and that's why I think if he
Yeah,
had
I
said
would.
that, he wouldn't, then there's some gender roles going up in there.
I mean, there's many people who wouldn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Yeah, we avoid men like that. Ask them how they're getting on.
But I think that's just like common courtesy. Like you're in someone's house and you're enjoying the what's the word begins with A? The AM something.
Ambiance.
No, not ambiance.
Ambiance.
It's like when you're enjoying all their stuff, like electricity, TV, whatever.
Oh, amenities.
Amenities. You're enjoying all
Yeah.
the amenities of their household, and it's messy. I mean, it's courtesy. Just tighten up a bit. No.
No, absolutely. Listen, when I like a guy,
Yeah.
I'm Molly the maid.
You know what I mean?
If I like you, I am Molly the maid.
Okay.
I'm Susie the
But the thing
chef.
is-
Let me. Yeah, go on.
But if they came over and it was a complete style and they didn't contribute to the mess, I'd understand more if they didn't contribute to cleaning it up.
Okay.
But if they contributed to the mess, just say you made a mess. Just say you made a mess together. The morning came, he left, you were still there. Yeah, then definitely because you contributed to the mess as well. So
Okay, so Esther, you said, all right.
Molly the maid, Susie the chef.
There you go. You would do all of that, right?
Yeah.
If he comes to your house, right, and he don't do that, he don't cook when you've gone out and come back,
Yeah.
right? He ain't cleaning up, here, there, and there. Would you see him in the?
Oh, I'm definitely having the ick.
Serious.
100%.
So you'd expect him to cook a meal for you?
Absolutely. You've been at home. What you been doing all day? Make yourself useful, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
is a woman's place being messy the ick first and foremost? Though even before like, I mean like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Is a messy woman? Is it?
I find a messy man icky though. Why are you living like this?
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think you should bring
So
people over to your
nasty.
house when it's messy.
I think mess if you're man or woman is
Yeah, like
egregious.
dirts and unnecessary nonsense. Like, come on, man. Let me see.
But I was actually in that situation. Someone was trying to force themselves on me, kind of thing, and I was like, "Oh, like obviously, like my yard's a bit of a mess right now. It's not really that boom, boom, boom." And there was on some. They don't basically just trying to force their way around. I was like, "All right, cool. I gotta go to the studio quickly. I'm gonna pull that back." And when I left, I was on the phone to my brethren, and I said, "If that place is the same, and she's just chilling there when I get back, she is done at it. I promise to God, 'cause I promise you." And lo and behold, she was sitting there like a little piggy in the mess. You get me? I said, "Nah, she ain't come back. She ain't been
How
back
can you
since."
say little piggy? Are you okay?
Because they love mess, pigsty.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was because normally that's not something that I practice. I don't think you should bring people in your house when it's messy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you're
You get me?
dying for it,
Yeah, so I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, all right, yeah, let's see how this pans out. Man came back and it was still the same. I was like, nah, this is crazy.
you've got to go.
This don't make no sense to me. You can't stay here. It's not about whether I wanted to date a cleaner or not. Like, you got to take the initiative. Maybe I've been spoiled, but I know good women who do for themselves, who earn, powerful, independent, and will clean up the blood clot yard because they're just normal people that don't like mess in it. Like, what are you talking about? It's not even high standards. It's normal. There's normal people that do this stuff. I'm not saying anything crazy.
Yeah.
What gender roles do you guys actually subscribe to in women then? And I'll tell you what I subscribe to in men. Like, what roles do you think actually a woman is better suited for this than a man?
I think obviously this might sound obvious, but childcare at a certain age
Okay.
because of
Breastfeeding and stuff.
Yeah, because of breastfeeding. So I would expect my missus to spend more time with the baby at a certain age because of breastfeeding and you know being more nurturing. Even though I believe I have all the credentials to take care of a baby, but I know naturally at a certain age the mother will be more inclined to spend more time with the baby. That I definitely subscribe to.
That only thing. 'Cause I think with women it isn't much outside of caring for the home, innit?
Yeah.
Again, like I said before, if a woman wants to cook for me, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
So I guess I subscribe to that
Okay.
partially, even though I'm happy to do it myself. I mean, if I come home every day with food cooked, I'm smiling.
Let's go.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. I thought I'd call up just to put my 2 pence in.
What's your name, please?
Sharif.
Ramsey.
Who?
Ramsey.
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 Yeah.
Okay,
big up
okay.
you. Good morning.
What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, we're good,
We're
man.
good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm alright. I just finished work. I'm knackered. I thought I'd call up.
Oh, thank you.
I want to basically say in my marriage, everything's pretty much split 50-50. And it's not, because obviously she's my wife, I love her. Why would I want to see her work hard just to abide by a stereotype or a gender role? what I don't understand is loads of men, well, luckily it's not as many as people think, tend to abide by the social construct that men and women need to stick to gender roles. Even as you said earlier, even if they're not making money, they still want the woman to stay at home.
Yeah.
I think it paints them as being highly insecure.
I agree.
Why wouldn't you want your woman or you or your partner, whoever, to have an easier life? You two work 50-50 and then bring more bread to the house, and the kids are happy, you're happy, the wife's happy. I don't understand.
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like a lot of these men are just moving mad waste. Why wouldn't you want your queen to be happy?
Yeah. I definitely agree. I think I see it as insecurity as well. I do see it as insecurity to not. It's a form of like control as well. It's weird. Like it's weird.
It's mad weird.
Okay.
And I guarantee you, they're the same men that say, "Oh, don't wear this, don't wear that. Why are you going out with your girls? Why are you wearing this? Who you talking to?" It's mad weird.
All right, Ramsey, let me ask you this, yeah. Since you're saying, obviously you'd want your wife to be happy and all that, yeah. Would you contribute more than her then? So for example,
it depends on how much I'm making versus how much she's making.
Okay, cool. So if you're going out to, let's just say you lot are going out to on dates, right? You lot have got a particular day every week where it's like, oh, we're going on dates. So 4 times a month you're going out. Would you split the cost from, let's just say, your family budget, or is this like, you know what, 2 days from the family budget, 2 days from my own pocket?
See, that's a good question. I think it depends on how much I'm earning versus how much she's earning.
Okay.
And I think from that, say for I can only speak in regards to myself.
Yeah.
I buy a lot of clothes, yeah? I like spoiling myself as well as my family. Now, my wife isn't necessarily the same, innit? She likes buying stuff for the house. She makes the house look nicer. So I think in that regard, 9 times out of 10, I'm paying. Okay. Obviously, she always offers, but for many reasons, why is she paying? Why am I allowing her to pay? Like, I earn more, she does more with her money, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like if it's 70-30, then why should we split everything else 50-50?
Word.
So in regards to the joint, like we have a joint account, obviously, it's where the mortgage comes out and everything that we need for the house.
Yeah.
I put in a far higher majority than she does. But I would never say to her, put more because you're working. It's not. Cool. We do it based on disposable income as well versus just salary. So if she has, say, more disposable than me, then yeah, maybe we can have a little bit more of a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you kind of answered my next question then. I was going to say, because obviously you have your mindset for a reason, right? And you're practicing it.
Yeah.
But say you both earned exactly the same. Would you? Okay. Would everything be split down the middle in terms of like going on dates and spoiling each other, or would you be like, no,
100%?
It would be.
No, 50-50.
50-50.
Yeah.
So how do you make her more of a queen? If it's the same, do you know what I'm saying? Like, surely if she's a queen, right? She maybe is getting more out of you than you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but can I?
I kind of do, I kind of don't. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Esther.
Yeah, I was gonna say that with that, it's more than just financial. That's what you're gonna say. If it's a case where we're doing 50-50 financial, there's other ways for you to make me feel appreciated, to make me feel like I am still your queen.
Yeah.
So I think when in that situation, if financial has to be 50-50, there's other ways then that you compensate for the fact that we have to go 50-50. If that makes sense.
Okay. But
so I wish you let me say that. I wish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say
it's ladies first.
It's more. Yeah. Of course. It's more than just money, innit? Like, how about I don't treat it like shit? How about I don't cheat on her? How about we spend time together? How about, do you know what I mean? It's more than just, like you said, it's more than just finance. It's trust, it's loyalty, it's all of that.
All those beautiful things, right? But what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is,
you're only saying that because we know how you move, innit? We know how you move, innit? We know you.
I love this call.
Yeah. So, remember, you're doing all these beautiful things for your queen, right? But she also sees you as a king, and so she's doing all of these beautiful things for you too. So what I'm trying to say is,
But that doesn't sound like a problem, though. Imagine both of us, two people treating each other amazingly.
That's what I'm saying. It's a beautiful thing. But what I'm trying to say is, it still equals an equality thing where the board is level, right? There's some people who say, well, if I'm a queen, why isn't there a bit of a disparity where you're treating me a particular way more than? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
but you're talking about to do with finance, nothing else.
Only because in the other areas, they're equal. So I'm doing something because you're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're doing something for me too.
Yeah.
So it could be seen as equal. How do I maybe tip the scale a bit and show you?
That might be buying her gifts.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is true. But in my case, again, my wife isn't necessarily that materialistic. Like I've got a lot more name brand stuff than she does.
Yeah.
And I think like all of us have our own. I'm gonna sound mad soppy now, but all of us have our own like love language. I think it's called.
Yeah.
So people want different stuff. So she's a lot less materialistic than I am. So where I like gifts sometimes, she would prefer
quality time or something.
What's it? Quality time, like words of affirmation, like all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, it doesn't. I guess it's almost Emmanuel. It's almost like you're describing like a petulant child, like a brat.
How?
Well, damn.
In regards to like, oh, but how can he? If everything's 50, then am I not his queen? Like what?
No, because I think some women actually see it that way, where it's like spoil me a bit more.
Well, they're dumb.
Yeah,
and
that's dumb.
Fair honestly, because you are right. There are definitely some women who, even if you're earning the same thing, for them it's like you should earn one more. You should pay for one more date than I would, on account of I'm the woman.
Yeah.
But that's why when it comes to partnership, you got to really link up with someone who's on the same wavelength as you, because. For me, like that wouldn't make sense. Like I like a man who's smart with money. I don't like someone who's spending money because there's a chance we might struggle tomorrow. Do you get me? So I like a man who's very smart with money. So for me, like if you're trying to do I'm the man, and you're paying for one more date, but I know you can't actually afford this, that to me is dumb. That's a dumb thing to do when I'm not complaining. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. But this is where it's important to know who your partner is, and again to fix things, to tailor expectations to your relationship.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Because where someone might not be happy with that, I could be fine with that. Do you get me?
You're 100% right, but I feel like, and again, I'm not trying to make what you just said unrealistic, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of the time women may, relate to their partner. Oh, I don't need this. I don't need this. But the man still thinks, I still want to do this for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And show that, I am the man.
Why is the woman getting blamed for that though?
No, it's not.
Surely in some circumstances, the man just trying to show himself when he can't show himself. You're broke, so be broke.
In those situations, you're 100% right. But in other situations where it's like no one's broke, right? The woman still kind of just expects maybe a bit more, or would like a bit more. And so obviously
you're still putting the onus on the woman though.
No, but it's on both. It's on both because the woman may want more. You know what I'm saying? It's just a real.
But the man might want to flex as well. It's all about. But the communication has to be there. You can't be for the man to want to flex beyond his means.
Yeah.
Is dumb. To me, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Again, that highlights something to me. There's something wrong. Yeah. Why do you feel the need to live beyond your means for your queen?
Okay.
So you're either, obviously, I don't know how crude I can be, but you're lacking in other departments. To me, if it means if you have to spend more money than you have to, if you're, especially if you're married, me and my wife, we talk about everything regarding finance. Yeah. We know exactly where we stand. We know what we owe. We know what's in the joint. Do you know what I mean? Like if we spend some, say like £60 left the account, she would hit me up and say, "Oh, I had to do this." Like she doesn't need to, but we're on the same wavelength.
Okay.
So and that's what this is what scares me about being single, because I don't trust none of these hoes out there. Like it's mad. So that's how I treat my queen. The way I treat my queen.
They ain't gotta be hoes, damn.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Obviously, I'm playing about, but I don't trust none of these girls out here. And I feel obviously it's tenfold in most circumstances for men. But I feel like there needs to be a conversation especially in relationships, regarding everything. Everything. And I agree with what you said. You touched on it earlier about there's certain stuff that men can't do. When my son was born, I was more or less useless for the first however months my son was born, because my wife was breastfeeding, she's doing this. All I could do to help the relationship was keep the house clean, because she wasn't able to. My son didn't sleep. So I feel like with relationship, it has to be 50-50. Now, if you're talking about dating, I don't know, because I ain't dated in like 13 years. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I do want to
Yeah,
give a
makes sense,
suggestion though,
man.
because when it comes to like the breastfeeding thing as well, I see women can pump as well. I think one thing I've seen on like blogs and women saying is that it's helpful if, because obviously they stay up with the child and do all that kind of stuff. So it's helpful if, again, depending on, you know, the man's work, I suppose.
Yeah.
But sometimes men on paternity leave.
Yeah.
Is that what you could do? Is that obviously she'll pump into a bottle and then overnight you do like the midnight feed so she can actually get a full stretch.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of sleep and stuff like that. But some men really
which
clock
is
out.
amazing.
Yeah, some men really clock out. They're
But
like, you know.
but some women can't pump. So there's a lot of, I'm
Yeah,
super
true.
into like birth as well. We had a home birth, and I've been like
Okay.
trained on like birth since I was younger. So I was like 16, so my auntie was a midwife.
Okay.
So some women find it really hard, A, to breastfeed in total, and B, to pump. So in my circumstance, my wife was up with my son like 9 times out of 10, if not 10 out of 10. So the only thing I can do is to make sure money was there and to make sure the house was clean. So I had to do everything I had to do in my power, because I was useless, innit? I was just there doing nothing, innit? While she was there doing everything else.
Okay. Yeah.
Women no, let me know actually.
No,
No,
go on,
go
go on,
on,
go
go
on.
No,
No, go on.
No, go on, because that smile,
No, please.
that smile
I
on your
welcome
face
it.
is very telling. Go on.
I ain't got nothing to say.
No, Marks. Oh, boo.
Scared.
What?
Don't
No,
be
I was just
scared.
saying, women are resilient, man. You have to let them do their job, man. They was
Yeah,
like,
100%.
That's
they're
what you're
made
going
to.
to say.
No, they're made to do this. They're good. Like they're calm. Like the
I'm
breastfeeding.
pretty sure he remixed what he was
He
going to say.
definitely did. Oh, this is a PC version of that. This is a PC version of that.
All right, Ramsey.
Also, by the way, guys, if I overstay my welcome, just tell me to go in it, because I
No,
see
no,
when
you're
call
fine.
is calling, they're just there for mad long, innit? Like it's mad awkward. So I need to go. Just tell me to go in it.
No, I mean,
Man, them in the group are trying to get me out of it.
but no, man, yeah, I definitely, it's interesting, man. It's actually, it's an interesting thing.
All right, Ramsey, let me ask you this question, yeah?
Go on.
So let's just say, you know how you, women get like, I don't know what, a year maternity leave?
yeah.
Yeah? But you know how they can give
In
someone...
some circumstances, yeah.
All right. So you know how they can give some of that to the man, yeah?
You can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like from mine.
Yeah.
How?
Yours will just come
Oh,
down.
right, yeah, some companies do that. Yeah.
Well, but if my man works somewhere else,
As in two companies work together to transfer the days over to the man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know the
Anything to just-
logistics, but it happens, yeah.
Okay.
You can do it. All right, so let's just say...
interesting.
So let's just say you get like a year of maternity leave, as in the woman, right? And obviously the man gets only 2
Okay.
weeks, right? Cool. So let's just say everything was cool. She can pump, she can do all them things there, right? She's healed after, let's just say, a month, right? Would you kind of expect her to then reduce her 1 year maternity leave, make it, let's just say 6 months, and make yours 6 months? Would that be okay with you?
Why?
As in 6 months at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, at the same time, I thought I'd do 6 months and I pass over the baby to him to do 6 months.
Either way you want to do it. Either way. Both
Okay.
work. Yeah. So you can do it in that way.
It's not really a black and white question though, isn't it? Because we need to take into account what happens to salaries. We need to take into account what our plan is. We need to take it. It's not a black and white question like that. If
Assume the salary is taken care of. So just like how the woman's is taken care of for a year,
Yeah.
yours is taken
fine.
care of for 6 months, just like hers.
oh,
is
so
for 6
right
months.
then, yeah, 6 months. What do you mean? Yeah,
Okay.
we're off. We're eating.
So we're
Okay.
off.
So then she will go back earlier than obviously.
I see.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she's
Okay.
giving you some of her
Well,
time.
I guess it depends on what personality the baby has. How she feels comfortable or we're comfortable with leaving them with a stranger if we don't have family to take care of the baby. So again, it's not really, if everything was all good, the baby's cool, we found a good nanny or we have a family member to have the baby and my wife is comfortable going back to work, then yeah, bro, it's a wrap. Like both of us off for 6 months, we're out of here.
Okay.
So what if she does 6 months first and then she says, okay, now it's your time for your 6 months? Again, everything's taken care of.
My wife wouldn't do that because she loves our baby so much, and I would know from the beginning, like I can say this from experience, that there's just some stuff men can't do for babies. Like there isn't. We're not. they obviously women have the physical bond with them. Men just lack that, so I don't think that would happen. I
You
think in
think
that
so?
case,
I don't think so. I don't agree with that.
No,
You can't breastfeed.
I'd die for my son. Yeah, I can't breastfeed. I can't.
No, but breastfeeding sorted out.
But I think breastfeed is the only one we can say.
Yeah,
is,
but
I mean, apart from that,
yeah, I'm giving the example. In this situation, the breastfeeding is sorted out. She's pumping well. Baby's receiving the bottle. Everything is cool.
It's not just that. Women have a better maternal instinct. Women are just better at rearing children.
Bob, she grew the baby in her belly. It doesn't get more closer than that.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's fine to actually return to work.
Yeah.
Because I think
it depends
on
her. If she wants to return to work,
no, but that's the scenario I'm giving you. Yeah. She is. But
sorry. So if she's cool to return to work, then yes, it's not a problem.
Okay.
But I do on the bond thing though. Men can bond with the babies from birth.
Yeah, but when there's an attachment that mothers and babies have, that especially for like your breastfeeding, because obviously some people can't breastfeed and whatever. But there's certain connections that mothers and babies have that is just totally different to what a father and the baby can have. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That so if sometimes the baby might not be ready to give that connection up. You get what I'm trying to say? That the mother's the more supportive.
Marcus is right.
You get me? So it depends. It's all different.
Have you guys ever seen instances where the woman has given birth and obviously she's infatuated with the baby as she should be, and then the men start to grow a little resentment? There's been loads of circumstances like that where they've been either, for lack of a better word, they're like jealous or why aren't we having like one-to-one time, or why aren't we, the sex life isn't there anymore, but they don't understand that it's a baby. We're talking about a baby. The mum and the baby need time. So I think, in most, or I don't know, in some circumstances, of course, dads get bond straight away like I did. But in most, if not some circumstances, men don't get it. They don't understand it. It's a new thing for them, so they need to learn.
Do you know what it is? I've never heard that. I've heard men speak about that and everything. And as much as I get the argument of like, but it's a baby. Like, how can you be jealous of the baby? Blah, blah. I still think that's a valid emotion. I think that's a very valid emotion.
Nah,
I think just because
it's a nasty emotion.
In your opinion, sir. In my opinion, I think it's valid, because I think that for me to give birth and then like completely neglect my partner who I've been with for however long, that will take its toll, regardless of whether it's a baby there or a toddler, wherever it is. That will take its toll on a man. I personally understand that. I'm a woman. I can understand that. I think, like, yes, obviously circumstances are different and whatever, but I don't think it's something that we should paint as bad because a man feels neglected because a baby's come into that. I think that's human nature. That's natural.
I don't know. I feel like, to quote Emmanuel, it's nasty and that's facts. I feel like if the man knew he shut up the club and he knew you guys were planning for it and you had the baby, you should know, you should be able to prepare yourself for the hard time. You should know that the attention is going to be just on you. So it's almost childish. Like, and I think again it speaks on. Of course, I understand Esther. We can all empathize with it. Like we can all empathize on loads of stuff, but it's acting on it that's different. You're acting like a waste man.
Nah, man, I don't think that's fair. I think I'll be honest with you. I personally don't think that's nice, because I think this is why a lot of men then grow resentment and stuff like that, and the relationship is not able to come back to what it used to be because they're not able to express this feeling, because they say these things. People be like, oh, over a baby, like, don't be pathetic, don't be childish, don't be things. I think it's not. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's a healthy way to look at it. Of course,
each to their own, but we just have to admit that some people are idiots, isn't it? And that's what it is, isn't it? Because if you're gonna feel that way over your own baby, then you're an idiot, which is my opinion, which is cool. But no one can't argue my opinion, so it's kind of a fact. If you're an idiot,
but respectfully, you were my partner for you. You were this child's parent.
Yeah, what are we doing here? Because
we've had a partnership, we're in a marriage relationship, whatever, for however long. A baby's come into it now. I'm totally neglected, and you don't think I should feel any kind of way about that? I'm basically in a relationship on my own.
It's your baby.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Hold on.
How?
Hold on.
My son. Sorry, go on.
I'm asking Esther. Are you saying that the man should feel the way he feels?
I'm saying I understand why he feels the way he feels. It's human. Like, I would like it's like okay, obviously a baby is different to a job, yeah. But my partner
Yeah.
gets a new job, and then I don't see you, I don't spend time, I don't do anything. That would make me feel away, even understanding what the situation is. So I don't think that it changes
We're
because
raising a
because it's a baby.
baby.
That's fair, but the thing
Yeah,
is, so how?
in
No,
a
wait,
way-
hey, hello, please let me finish. How long is it gonna last for them if we're raising a baby? Because you know what it is with kids.
Yeah.
Kids are a full-time job that you're always gonna have stuff that involves the kids. How long are you going to neglect your relationship for on account of this for the child and this child, this child, this child? Sorry, I'm not buying that.
But do you see it as neglecting the relationship or just something that we have to do?
But some people do neglect that. I'm speaking of the
those
situations where
who-
they
okay.
actually do neglect.
Okay.
They can be that they have the capacity to be there for their partner.
Yeah.
But like now it's like all they are is just obsessed with this baby and they don't know how to be there. I'm sorry, I understand why a man would feel
But the thing is,
neglected. I
sorry,
don't
man,
think it's childish or
Just
anything
speak.
to express that.
Go ahead.
But I'm saying, are you saying that she's deliberately, intentionally ignoring the relationship, or our priorities have changed now, and this baby is first priority, and unfortunately, sir, you're second priority now? Or you know what I'm trying to say? Is it intentional distance, or is it because we've got a baby to take care of? So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're not first priority anymore.
Yeah, but I think just because someone's not first priority doesn't mean they shouldn't be priority at all. The thing about adulting is that you need to learn to juggle everything. That is
Yeah.
the reality of life. Do you
Yeah.
get what I mean? So you can't. I'm not subscribing to the baby is now the first priority. So to decide you, no, you need to learn how to make. Because my thing is, you realize that yes, the baby is here, but for until that child is a certain age. You are solely going to be responsible for that child, How long is this going to go for in your relationship? That the man's not going to speak up about how he really feels. Like how long? Because really true. Because even when
Yeah.
kids are 2, they
Yeah.
still need their mum.
Yeah.
When they're 3, when they're 4, when they're 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
but
up
it's
until maybe
different
they're
with
primary
toddlers and
school.
stuff
So
like
when
that, yeah?
Other kids too.
and you have
When you
other,
don't
exactly,
make
you
a-
have other kids. When does this end?
No, but,
No, man. When
no,
you make a decision to bring a child into the world, and
Yeah.
you have one, and you see it growing and developing, and you understand how precious and feeble these things are, they take precedent over everything
Yeah.
that's going on in your life. These are the most.
I feel
This
like
is the
there's-
most important thing here, and us raising it and
There's-
getting it to a point where it's self-sufficient is the only important thing. You can't be
Yeah.
having feeling that way about your child, man. That's ridiculous because you're not important. You should be allowed to sacrifice that. You need to understand
Yeah,
that.
I think-
and it's not forever.
I feel like
You get me?
Go on.
I feel like there's 2 points. There's 2 points I want to make in regards to into that. The first one is, I feel like I'm only going to speak from experience. Once we had the baby, it's such. When people say, "Oh, your life changes," like dead ass, like your whole everything about your life now has changed. The dynamic has completely gone upside down. So it's almost like a transition for both of you to learn and understand, like Mark said, that this is your baby.
Yeah.
The baby didn't ask to come into this world. You brought the baby into this world. You both made a choice to be everything for that baby. So if that means like I can't, like busting up for 6 however months or whatever, or a year, it's whatever.
Right, Ramsey.
It's that's for the baby. But in a weird, hold on, sorry, Manuel. My second point is we kind of 360'd on, segued back onto the point of gender roles. Now, I've accepted as a man, I believe as one of the gender roles to be the protector of my family, which means that I need to be the one to step back to protect them at all costs. So God forbid if anything was to happen, I would sacrifice myself for my baby and my wife. I think that's probably the only gender role stereotype that I agree with.
Okay. All right. Makes
Can I
sense.
say something?
Yeah.
It highly irritates me when I talk about something and people say, "Oh, she's only talking like that because she hasn't got a child." Blah blah.
I didn't say
have
that.
no,
No,
it's not you.
Stephen
It's the ex.
Jackson.
Not you, hun. No. It's the ex in the comments. The thing is, when as you go, I don't know how everyone else is living their lives, but as I go through life, I expose myself to different people from different backgrounds and people who are older than me and younger than me. So I learn a lot of stuff. So when it is that I do have children, there's so much knowledge and stuff that I have gained that I gain continuously every single day of my life, that I know that I will be aware of these things and I will apply it in my relationships. There's so many relationships that break down. I read forums and all this stuff from real life people who talk about these matters. So you can sit there and say it's because she hasn't got a child and blah blah blah. Yes, of course, every situation is different. If I give birth to my child and I gain some kind of illness as a result of the pregnancy and I'm bedbound, of course that's different. But if I'm in a case where I'm able to be, I can actually care for my child and care for my husband Why would I not want to do that? Furthermore, anyway, I don't believe that me not having children doesn't mean that I don't have the range to speak on something. I may not have a child, however, I've got the knowledge that when I then get to this position, I can then make better decisions than people who have done it before I did. Because there's too many people who neglect their marriages and neglect their relationships when a child comes into it. And where does that take you? Because marry your child then. That's what I'm going to say, because you start pissing me off now.
And Ramsey, yeah, just so
dumb.
Obviously, one second, Emmanuel. The thing is, obviously, there should be a balance in it, right? But if you are to say, in this situation, who is taking, who's the main priority?
Yeah.
Like, for me, it is the baby.
Yeah, but
even though you shouldn't intentionally neglect your husband or wife, right? I believe that, and some statistics say otherwise, but I believe that baby should kind of bring you together.
Yeah.
Right? So there should be a bigger bond, a bigger union, a bigger purpose on trying to raise this child together, right? As opposed to, sorry, Ramsey, as opposed to breaking you apart.
But I kind of see that as...
In my community, babies split people apart.
No. And that's...
There's a lot of people in relationships that were teetering. I don't know what they thought their relationship was, but they always waited till they had the baby.
Margs, I 100% agree with you, and that's why I said... Stats say otherwise. Yeah. Because from my own eyesight, Brent must have heard you say it all the time on Me Us 7 that I see a pattern.
Yeah.
Where there's a couple that I know who are in a relationship, they're cool, they get married, or they don't get married, have a baby, and I'm telling you, all the time it happens, I see it all the time. They have a baby, give it a couple months, they're done. And I see it all the time. And in my mind I'm thinking,
yeah.
In my fairy tale head, I'm like, shouldn't this baby be bringing you guys together? Shouldn't there be a stronger bond? But I see all the time relationships just break down after babies.
That? Do you know what's mad? I've heard women who have actually said, you know what? I should have taken care of my relationship as well as when I was taking care of my child. They've admitted that they neglected their relationships when they had children. So I don't know what people are talking about here.
And this is the thing, right? I think, because obviously when people are saying this stuff about Esther, that don't make no sense, because I believe, right, both sides are right. It's balanced, right? How are you talking about the baby can bring people together? I kind of see it like having like wind can make a flame get bigger.
Yeah.
But it can also put out the flame.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's about balance. And also the other question I was going to say is to kind of pick it back off what Esther was saying, Ramsey, is okay, cool. I guess the man should expect, right, to be kind of neglected, because it's not like you're being neglected for bloody EastEnders. Yeah. You're being neglected for your child. Yeah. Cool. But what happens when you have your second child when that first child is 2? And you have your third child when that second child is 2. So now you've got 3 kids.
Bro,
and now 6 years.
6 years.
One second. So you've got 3 kids, and you've got 6 years of no cultivation in that relationship, yeah?
Bro.
And then
But it's not, because you just had 3 kids instead of going on X videos. So why are you making so many babies if you can't handle it?
Yeah, but it's only happening a couple of times. You know, it only takes one time to get pregnant.
Do you know the statistics?
So get a job then, or go on X videos. But wait, hold on.
So
I think the word that keeps on being used is neglected and intentional.
No, it's not.
Forget
intentional. We're not talking about intentional.
No, but you said neglecting. It's not neglecting, because like you've not been saying, the baby takes priority. So if the baby is a priority, that doesn't then make everything else. It doesn't turn everything else to be neglected.
Okay,
whatever's a priority is a priority.
Okay, cool. Ramsey, 2 things, right? Forget the neglecting thing, but just try to understand it as just that particular thing that you showed time and attention to before. You don't do as much, right? And now that particular thing, like most things, if you don't give it a certain amount of time and water, sunlight in a particular plant, the thing dies. Right? It may not be on purpose. It may be because you're busy, this, that, and the third, but it dies nonetheless, right? So consider that, right? And also remember, like I said, consider the fact that it could be 3 kids. So that's 6 years potentially. That aside,
I don't understand that, because
wait. That's all right. Yeah. That's the first point. But secondly, earlier you were talking about how everything would be 50-50. You would chip in here, chip in there. So my question is, why is it that the baby is being prioritized over the man if essentially it's 50-50 now? Surely you're both prioritizing the baby the same amount, and then you prioritize each other the same amount also.
I can't lie. That sounds like a Fox News type of question. The baby is a baby. It's a baby. Like, what are you arguing? The baby can't lift his head up, man. So of course it's not going to be 50-50. I need to be able to take care of them two, and my wife isn't in a position to be 50-50. So then the conversation changes.
No.
The dynamic changes.
Why isn't your wife in a position to be 50-50? We gave a scenario earlier, right, where you are. So 6 months of maternity, this, that, and the third, you're going on from there as if things are equal. And I'm basically saying, if things are equal, why is it that you can allow for yourself to be neglected? Forget the word neglected, but you can allow for yourself to not get a certain amount of attention if it's 50-50. You're both putting in the same amount of effort.
It sounds like a red herring. The word neglected has to be involved because that's where the problem is. If she's neglecting me, or I'm not, damn, what was the word that was used earlier? I can't remember. But if she's neglecting me intentionally, then there's something wrong. Of course, then there's something wrong with the relationship.
No, but Ramsey, forget that. Forget the intention.
Days, I'm lost. Help me.
Forget the intention.
Hold on. I went to toilet. What was your?
Okay, but I'll just repeat again, Ramsey, for Yusuf, right? So basically, what it is, I'm saying, you're not. It's not that it's on purpose that you're neglecting the person, right?
Yeah, of course.
Again, it's just like you've got a plant, right? You normally open a shades, this, that, and the third. But now you're on a business trip.
Yeah.
You're busy. You're not doing it on purpose. Yeah. But it's just what happens, right?
Of course.
Cool. Something that plant will die.
Yeah.
In the same way, your relationship will suffer.
Yeah.
So it's not on purpose. I just want to be clear.
It's not intentional. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Cool. So I'm now saying, like Esther was basically saying, at what point do you now step in? Because you've got a child. You're saying for the first 2 years, for example, I need to prioritize a child. Fine.
Yeah.
Well, you have another child. That child gets to 2 as well. So that's 2 kids, 4 years.
Yeah.
A third child, 6 years. So 6 years of relationship just suffering.
Yeah.
That sounds normal.
Yeah.
And also the second point is, if you are saying that your relationship is 50-50 or we can go 50-50 and everything, I'm going to step in except for the breastfeeding. Yeah. And I'm saying in this scenario, the breastfeeding is fine. She can pump. You can use the bottle and all them type of things there.
Yeah.
Why are you neglecting? Forget neglecting. Why are you not giving me the same amount of attention if we are going 50-50? Because
if you go into a situation, when you're with someone, I think obviously all situations ain't equal, all relationships ain't ideal or whatever, But most people, when you do them properly, you start courting each other, you start dating, you get married, you do all that stuff. You've had your fun times, you've had your dating. Once you're at this side, you're going to put down some fucking roots now, Once you decide you're going to put down some roots and have these babies and build this family, so you want 3 children, you want them to be around the same age. So the next 6 years is going to be that. That's something that you've got going to together. You can't say it's neglecting relationship. Now we're family building. This is things that we have to do. Yeah. All that extra stuff, all that partying and raving and dinners and all that. Forget all of that now. We're building some babies now, putting down some roots now. You get me? It's not a tit and tat and this is what we're doing. It's not a problem. It's a sacrifice that we're all making. This is what we want to do. I don't understand what's the problem here.
Ebony Honest asked a question that I think is a good. I want to know what people think about this. This is the people that think it's pathetic. The man is feeling sad. Anyways, she said, "Why do elder siblings feel neglected when a newborn sibling arrives? So your child is 5, you got a baby, or you got a baby now. Yeah. Do you understand that child's emotion, feeling feeling like?"
But the difference is they're both kids. Like the older sibling is still a kid. You're a grown man, and the thing is. And also, this goes both ways as well. The woman can feel neglected by the husband as well. Like her constantly taking care of the baby, she might feel some type of neglect, as in there's something missing from her relationship. So let's acknowledge that too. But I feel like people can feel what they want to feel in it. Yeah. It's about how you display it. So the man can feel like he's neglected, right? But you need to understand the situation that you're in, and you need to adapt and evolve, right? Yeah. So yes, we have a baby now, innit? So our priorities have changed. Things aren't going to be the same. So feel how you feel. I'm not saying don't be vocal by it, but you need to, have tact with how you display it and how you convey it, so that it doesn't disrupt your relationship. And understand that you have a baby now, innit? You're a grown man. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel, but this is a baby who needs your undevoted attention. Yeah,
I understand that.
Life has changed, so adapt to the situation in front of you.
I understand that. I think what I'm speaking to is the idea that it's childish, it's pathetic, it's weak, or whatever other words have been thrown about because he even feels this way. I feel like that is dangerous. I feel like that is why men's suicide rate is the way it is, because men can never really express how they really are feeling because there's all these labels about you're weak, you're this thrown at them, so they can't, and they struggle with these things. I think if my man expressed to me,
it depends though.
No, but
wait, one sec. Sorry, one
No,
sec.
no,
If
no.
my man expressed to me that, you know what, I feel neglected, blah blah. Yes, I understand, of course.
Yeah.
As circumstances have changed, I understand. My priority right now is the baby, but I can't know that my partner, who was my partner, who I'm going to be doing this, who I'm going to be doing life with, who I'm going to be raising this child and more children with, is feeling this way, and I don't do anything because I'm like, well, we've got kids, suck it up. That is wild to me.
Yeah, no.
I will take whatever necessary, whatever it can be, whether it's just having my mum round for an hour and then we go for a walk, whatever it can be. But I just think it's so dangerous to dismiss someone's feelings when you're forgetting, because with a child being born here, like, it's a new experience for the mother. Even if you've had a child before, this child may be different. Do you get what I mean? And I know that, like, before you guys say I don't have children, I don't know. I know this from actual mothers. Okay, so you can shut up. But like, it's a new experience for the mother, and it's a new experience for the man as well. Do you get what I mean? I understand. Yes, women have the motherly instincts. I understand these things, but I just think for someone's emotions and feelings, that is natural to be dismissed. Like, again, I've heard many of fathers talk about how they feel, and again, this is why relationships break down, because this resentment carries on even when things get better. You can't forget how it was that you felt. Now she wants to have another child. You're thinking, oh, I'm about to go through this again. Like, the realities of life.
Esther, I get you, but I feel like what. But to answer what Eman said,
I'm giving you guys 2 more minutes.
No, it's 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go on, Ramsey.
To go back to what Eman said.
Yeah.
About having the first baby, second baby, third baby. If you haven't brought it up by the first baby, then the person's messed up. Yeah. And to go on what Esther's just said. Yes, obviously, it's hard for men to communicate their feelings. And I feel like if it has been brought up and the relationship is still kind of breaking, let's not forget, people can still be dickheads, innit? Like, they can still feel, oh, I feel neglected, I feel, woe is me, but they can also still be wrong. So even if they brought up to their wife, he feels neglected, but we forget that sometimes people just feel stuff out of nothing.
True.
So if he's brought up to his wife and said, oh, I feel neglected, she's like, well, I'm up all times of the night, I haven't had a shower, the baby's still hungry, I'm still getting adjusted to this life, and you want some nyash. And he's saying, well, do you know what I mean? I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to take care of myself. I haven't had a bath. The baby needs this. The baby needs that. We're both adjusting. And the first thing you're thinking about is that.
I think you make a good point, but we're not, I guess, talking about those situations where the man is not doing anything and everything's on the woman. You know what I'm saying? I guess more so where you're both sharing the burden, but you know what I'm saying, like, you're prioritizing the baby, this and the third. I think, like, personally, me, right, I would basically be like you guys and be like, it's just part and parcel of what happens. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand what Esther's saying because to me it's clear. Yeah. Like, that's what will happen as a consequence.
Of course.
If nobody pays attention, and then you will just be saying, well, there's the baby. Regardless of the fact that there's the baby, the relationship will die. You know what I'm saying? So at least try, both of you, to come to some type of understanding.
Be intentional with your actions. As the man, don't just sulk and woe is me, I'm being neglected. Speak to your wife and try to find a solution to the problem. Babes, you know what? I feel like we haven't spent much time together in the past month. How about we, boom, 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 maybe your mum's free, she can take care of her, we can go on a date. Like, don't sulk about it. Try and find a solution in the moment. Like, let's go out, let's have fun. I feel like we ain't spoke for a while, babes. Let's go out. Yeah. Let's leave the baby with your mum or my mum. I mean, just come to find a solution as opposed to like sulking about it. Exactly. But as a man, definitely express yourself. I don't think you should hold in your feelings and grow resentment. Just be tactful with how you say it.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna just end with what Danielle just said in the comments. And she said, if you don't take care of your man, someone else will be happy to. Just be kind to each other. Both sides have needs, and that is on period.
Ramsey, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramsey. Have a nice day.
This course was absolutely fantastic.
I love you lot.
Take care. Bye.
Peace. All the best. Love.
Do you know what killed me? Is when Ramsey called you, so Brent has the caller's name on the screen.
Yeah.
So it says Ramsey, then it says caller, then it said just got back from work. Then he changed it to a good man. So Brent and his editing is killing me. I love it.
A good man.
Ramsey.
Thank you very much, Daniel, for that last
Yeah,
it's a nice wrap up there.
definitely good. Yeah, exactly. That's it. The truth. Whew, child, that was a lot. Let's get into the next headlines.
Headline takes us to a bit more of politics, but it's to do with what's going on with the strikes and Keir Starmer. So the General Secretary of Unite, which is a union, has called on Keir Starmer and Labour to make it clear where they stand as it pertains to workers in strikes this autumn, asking whose side are you on? Sharon Graham, who's the leader of Labour's biggest union financial backer, told the TUC conference in Brighton that she was asking that Labour do not stand on the sidelines and play it safe. Starmer is due to give a speech to the conference today and is expected to face questions from union leaders about whether Labour will commit to raising public sector pay in line with inflation and also allow shadow ministers to show solidarity on picket lines. Remember we spoke about that before, where there was some type of back and forth and one shadow minister got basically had to leave his position. Graham said that while there was clear water between Labour and the Conservatives, she was calling on Starmer's party to be bold and to be on the side of the workers and stop apologising for sticking up for workers on strike. She said there was already a party to represent the interests of businesses, the Tories, and she issued a challenge to Labour, whose side are you on? Graham spoke as Unite joined with the CWU, which is the Communication Workers Union, in proposing a motion to conference in favour or more coordinated strike action this winter. The motion, also backed by the PCS Union for civil servants, the RMT Union for transport workers, and the NEU, the Education Union, was passed by the conference. The General Secretary of the PCS Union, Mark Sawatka, echoed Graham's message to the union, to the Labour leader. This is what they said. Keir Starmer's coming tomorrow. He's going to get questions. So my question to him is this. We're balloting. Does he agree with us that the public sector workers should have an inflation matching pay rise and there shouldn't be job cuts? He said, adding, he'll have to answer.
Will he though?
Why, they're putting it on, you know what I'm saying? And they're the biggest financial backer at the unions for Labour. So he needs to say something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it'll be good to kind of, I guess, draw the line and know where you stand in it.
True.
You know, get more support, I guess. And the next headline, trigger warning here, and it's a bit of a long one, so please bear with me. And this is about a woman who was banned from hospital. It'll make more sense when I go into it. So a hospital banned a sex assault victim from having an operation after she asked for an all-female nursing care because of safety concerns over mixed facilities. The patient is a feminist retired lawyer that the Mail Online is calling Emma, was told by London's Princess Grace Hospital it's hard to protect staff from unacceptable distress. Sorry, it had to protect staff from unacceptable distress. She had been due to have a complex colorectal surgery at the Marylebone premises on October the 10th and had filled in a pre-admission form detailing her requirements. Emma, who lives in North London, asked for single-sex accommodation and, as per her beliefs, did not wish to use pronouns or engage with such manifestations of gender ideology, as she puts it. So she told the Mail Online, I was not going to agree to fill in reams of hospital paperwork about my non-existent gender identity or give my pronouns to anyone. The hospital is one of only a handful to use the Da Vinci robot, which can perform delicate and complex operations, and was selected for that reason. But when she arrived on October the 6th for her clinical pre-op assessment, which involved intimate procedures, what appeared to be a transgender man in a blonde wig and makeup opened the door and made eye contact with her. The encounter, which is now being investigated by the hospital and its parent firm HCA, prompted her to complain and to make urgent extra requests for all-female nursing care. So in the interview with the Mail Online, this is her explaining. She said, I began to wonder if this was just a coincidence that this member of staff with a gender identity had made their presence felt to me in such an inappropriate way during my first visit. I began to suspect that I had been targeted because my patient records showed that I refused to use pronouns and wanted single-sex facilities, although I have no evidence of this. Then I began to panic that men could be attending to my intimate care at the hospital while I was immobilized for an entire week following major surgery. So this is her explaining it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. She's complained to the hospital and now she's received the email back, right? Mm-hmm. So she was stunned to then receive an email from the hospital's CEO, Maxine Estop Green, telling her the operation was off. She told her the hospital did not share her beliefs and she should make alternative arrangements for her surgery. The message added that the hospital was committed to protecting staff from what it described as unacceptable distress. Emma urged them to reconsider, adding in a further message that she thought they had misunderstood her requests, which she said were entirely within the law. The hospital said it would offer a private room, but would not facilitate her request for single-sex care after her operation. It also mentioned her comment about pronouns and said it had a responsibility to protect staff from discrimination and harassment. Emma then said, I'm still in a state of shock at this punitive and discriminatory reaction by the CEO of this hospital, which specializes in women's procedures. I would not have predicted this in a million years. Everything that has happened is so off the wall and irrational that it makes me believe that I have been targeted by trans activists within the hospital. As always, this is always about appeasing men who claim a gender identity. They will punish anyone who tells the truth. I will not be forced to use the language of gender ideology, that is pronouns that don't apply to me. Women's safety, dignity, and privacy continues to be sacrificed at the altar of this quasi-religion. I cannot believe this is happening in the UK.
So
It's a long one. Yeah.
here's my thoughts. I get why they feel like they don't want to appease to her request, because if everyone came in and had to request their own team of carers and doctors and whatever, it'd be bedlam. But at the same time, I can't ignore the fact that she's a sexual assault victim. So part of this wanting like or all women or all female team or carers or whatever is due to the trauma of what she's been through, and I think that I personally think the hospital's wrong for that. I feel like someone can't need surgery and you tell them to go else. Where else am I going to go? You're a hospital. What do you mean? I like I came into Tesco for asking for surgery. I feel like they should cater to it, especially given her situation where like she's been a victim of something so heinous. I think that's out of order. I don't think they're catering to the trauma and the effects of what that's done on her. That's wild to me.
Do you feel like, I know this is not what you're saying, but do you feel like, what if all women in these situations went to hospitals for, assistance and stuff and said, I only want female doctors?
Yeah.
And there wasn't enough, obviously, right? Like, what would we do
then? I think there's ways that you can explain to put them at ease rather than just forcefully say, you hear what they say, then you go ahead and give them exactly what they said they didn't want. That's wild. Do you get me? And I am on Emma's side. I do believe that was intentional. That was intentional, because what are the odds? What are the odds? Come on. But so I think if for example, everyone came there and they said, we don't have this, that could highlight to the government, something that they need to do, but they don't do anything about anything, so that's that. But also, then there's ways that you make people feel at ease and make them feel comfortable enough to do that. Do you get what I mean? But to just impose on people when you know the trauma that they're going through, I don't know, man. I ain't here for that.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the headlines anyway.
All right, well, let's get into Word on Road. As today, there's a more like inspirational things. So pick inspiration from them where you will. So Young Jock, you all remember Young Jock?
Mm-hmm.
So he basically put out an appeal to the public to help him with a task. So he was sending money to someone on Zelle. It's like a cash app, basically, in America. And he accidentally sent it to the wrong person.
How much?
$1,800. So he accidentally sent it to the wrong person, and he then messaged the person. I'm going to read the text out. So he says, "Hi, can you please return the $1,800 that I mistakenly sent to your account via Zelle? I don't know you, nor do you know me. Please do the right thing. God has a bigger blessing for you." That's funny to me. "I know you blocked my number, and that's okay. I just need the $1,800 that was sent to your account via Zelle." So obviously the person was ignoring him, airing him. So then he then put out, he then asked his followers basically to help them appeal to this person.
Hold on, who was the person? Because
He's a stranger. So with certain things you can send it via number, your phone number.
So he typed in the wrong number.
Yeah. And it went to someone else.
Okay.
Yeah. So then he used the number that he sent it to.
Yeah, to message
to message the person. And then the person was airing him. So he then went to his followers and he was like, "So I sent them a Zelle by mistake and they wouldn't return my money. Can y'all please text this person, blah, blah, to try and get my money back?"
Can't Zelle help? Can't you just contact Zelle and say,
"No,
I sent this money in error"?
Apparently, no, you can't. So basically, with Cash App and Zelle and stuff like that.
Once it goes, it goes.
Yeah, because there's so many, they ask
Steps.
you over and over again,
Yeah,
whether you're short.
Okay,
Exactly. Cool. And apparently in the banks in America as well, there was a time where with Cash App, the bank could recall the transaction.
Yeah.
But because there's so many steps in place now, you did what you did. It's an L. You got to take it. So, yeah. So he was doing that. And then the guy then came on Instagram
As in the guy who got the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because obviously, bare people were calling him and texting him and everything.
Yeah.
So he came on Instagram. So I found his story. I literally was in at 4 a.m. in the morning. It's ridiculous. But anyway, he goes, bro, he'd been sent that money. So the money was sent on the 4th of October. So I guess.
Okay. Oh, so Jock didn't realize until.
No, I think he realized the day the money was sent, but he hadn't had a response since then.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're on the 20th of October, but do you get me? The money still needed.
Yeah.
So then the guy said he's been sent that money, as in like the money was sent time ago.
Yeah.
He goes, shit been gone.
Yeah, but then he's implying that he doesn't, because you can spend 1,800.
Man said, I spent it.
But that's not. Is all you have is 1,800? that 1,800 went into your pot of money.
Yeah.
So whether you take 1,800 out, there's still 1,800 in there.
Yeah.
So the money isn't gone.
I'll let you know, the money's partially gone. So he said, the shit been gone. He's just posting about it today. Then he at Young Jock, he said, Jock, all this over 2 bands, this is what's left. Do you want it back? And what is left is $986.52. I always find it cheeky when people are like, oh, you're doing all this because of this. But you're doing all this because you don't want to give my money back.
Yeah,
if it's not
no,
that big a
exactly.
deal, give my money back.
How are you making it out like Young Jock's a cheap one?
But
When you're keeping his money that he sent to you in error.
Exactly.
You didn't expect that money. So what's the problem to send it back?
exactly.
Crazy.
I wanted to say, would you guys send the money back? If someone accidentally send you money, would you send it back?
Yeah, of course. Because if it happened to me, I want my money back. So for sure, yeah, I'll send it back.
Especially if they ask for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on,
exactly.
If they didn't ask for it. then-
Imagine that. Imagine someone say, yo, I sent you money in error. Can I have it back? No. Block. What type of animal are you? Look at Mark. Mark's is thinking,
Yeah, I ain't getting it back.
Mark,
Why is that charged to the game?
Mark, if I send you money in error, you better send it back to me. You know?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's you, then yeah.
You ain't gonna see you on TDA the next day. You'll have to send me the money back. Well, I'm talking to Brent about your percentages.
Someone else though, nah. That money's gone.
I thought it was so funny. But the thing with Jock as well, because I know there was a time as well where people basically tried to call him for like doing Uber and whatever.
Yeah.
So he works hard. I mean, he's got hella kids.
Also, though,
Child support's mad.
does the amount matter? Because cool, someone sends you 800, send it back to him. If someone sent you a
25K.
considerable amount of money, yeah, will you send it back or will you send back some of it? I'm like, yo, big man, I'm not
I
allowed
also
to.
need it.
I'll send you about half of this, but I'm keeping half of this money.
That's wild.
like imagine someone send you like 100 bags. I'm not gonna lie, bruv.
You know what I'm saying?
Keeping some of that.
Change your number.
I'm keeping. I might give you back some of it, man. You know what I mean? I'm keeping some. Sorry.
Actually, he keeps some. But then, to be fair, though, he
Keep it
did
somewhere.
reward the guy because he said how. So I think he's spoken to the guy now, and he said how
Taxes.
basically he's got a show on VH1, a new show that's coming on VH1, and I guess he's gonna give the guy a role in there. It's it's like a game show or something.
There you go.
So he said, blessings can come back to you,
Oh, that's good.
and blah blah. But I don't know if the guy sent him the full thing. But who knows? But he did say, God will bless in other ways. I guess God did bless him in other ways.
And I guess it's better than nothing.
I guess, yeah. But yeah, I guess. I don't know. You get a private investigator, you can find where you live and get your money back. But yeah, and then my next bit as well was also kind of, it's good. I think this is very inspiring actually. So basically it came out that Drake actually supported Ice Cube back in 2006 as a support act in one of Ice Cube's show. And he only got paid $100 for that. $100 for that. And so basically the page that posted it, they said, on August 19th, 2006, Ice Cube headlined the Cool House with supporting act Drake in what was likely his first ever concert. The boy got paid a handsome sum of $100 and performed cuts from his debut mixtape Room for Improvement, which was released earlier that year. And he said, classic history. And then Drake reposted it and said, this is for anybody getting 100 a show right now. Keep going. Drake has gone from $100 to like being worth like $250 million, if not more. But I just thought that was inspiring for anyone who's out there hustling and doing what they need to do. Keep going. You never know when it's around the corner. And the next, which is actually on brand and in topic, in line with our topic of the day, it's about pregnancy, and it's Miracle Watts. So she's got a baby with that fine-looking guy. What's his name again? From the Haves and Have-Nots, light-skinned guy. Yeah, you can Google it. But anyways, yeah. So she recently just gave birth to a son, and you know how women love this whole snap back and got my body back so quickly, and I look how I look before I even gave birth. And obviously Miracle Watts is a stunning babe. So she posted herself a picture, and it's got like, you can see her stretch marks and her baby belly and everything. And she said, I was going back and forth on posting, but then I was like, fuck it. Somebody has to keep it real. It's my duty to mums. Not every woman snaps back without hard work. This is coming from a person whom everyone thought was going to snap back with no stretch marks. Beautiful stories. I just wouldn't feel like my authentic self to continue posting and hiding who I am today. I'm not perfect, neither is my body. I'm a mother and I'm perfectly me. Love yourself through it all. Keep it sexy. Because she literally posted herself in a nice little bra and just looking cute and whatever else. But I think that's a really, really good message, because a lot of women kind of feel pressure to just snap, quote unquote, snap back after they give birth. But the reality is that you just never know what pregnancy is going to be like for you. Someone else's journey is not going to be your journey. You might react in a different way. And yeah, don't put yourself under any undue pressure. So if there's any women listening out there who haven't snapped back or feel that pressure, honestly, don't. It's all about how you feel as a person, really and truly. But guys, that is all for me today. Very nice and quick, inspiring one. And let's get into the People's Journal.
The People's Journal, I give you the news from an economics point of view. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is just a bit of insight into what happened with the mini budget and the government basically not disclosing certain things to the Bank of England. So it's come out. I think this was kind of known beforehand, but it's been now put out officially by one of the deputy governors at the Bank of England, and that they're basically saying the government didn't tell them anything about the tax cut plans before the mini budget. So literally, they found out like everybody else found out. And the reason why that's obviously a bad thing is because if you I guess was to let them know, they would have sat you down and basically told you about the possible reactions to the market that could have come from this, and then at least you're a bit more informed. One could say Mr. Quarting and Liz Truss knew already, but still thought, you know what, still long term this is a better solution for us. But still, they've come out and basically said that, you know what, if they told us, we would advise them differently, or at least told them about the possible outcome of you following this particular route. The government obviously was criticised for bypassing this independent scrutiny of certain other organisations and institutions before making this mini budget public. And this is, I think, what has fueled a lot of people's displeasure of Liz Truss and Kwesi Kwarteng as well, especially since it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Long term, I don't think we could ever know if it was going to work because they didn't get the long term. You know what I'm saying? Literally just had a few weeks. But they're still saying, because of what's happened and the fact that guys just did it rogue, you didn't tell anybody about this. You know what I'm saying? It's all of you people's head, innit? And you deserve it. And because of that, like we mentioned before in People's Journal and throughout the headlines as well, this led to a sharp drop in the pound against the dollar. And it kind of scared investors about the government's debt, which led to the risk of people's pension funds collapsing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was chatting to somebody the other day who moved his pension in. I don't know the ins and out of his situation properly, but he moved his pension into a different pot, for example, because I think he said in about a week he had lost about 12 grand or something like that, just like that. So he's been working all his life, right, trying to get his pension fund looking all nice, so that in a couple of years he can retire, and just 3 weeks, no, in less than a week rather, you've lost over, like, you know what I'm saying, 10, 12 grand, just like that. So again, it just speaks to why people want her out and why they have no faith in this government. This next headline is pretty much to do with how it seems that schools are kind of, you know what I mean, they're struggling in terms of the budget, man, in terms of having cash. And I don't know, a part of me feels like this might be a bit of cap, right? But it's in the news. And basically this is a situation where a headmaster has said that he's been forced to ask his mother and his sister to help out.
He's silly. He's silly. They must be listening to TDA after you started talking about playgrounds.
I'm telling you. Yeah, man. So this is a primary school in Devon, right? And he's basically said that, look, he was losing some catering staff to supermarkets because the supermarkets paid more than what, you know, they pay in school. So there's just no one there to feed the kids, man. So he's like, look, mum, sister of mine, I need you guys. Come in.
And they're getting paid.
I think he may pay them. He may pay them. Yeah, probably. He should do.
You're telling me you couldn't just put a poster up to some parents to volunteer? Because
Maybe.
Some
But I
parents have the
guess-
time.
But I guess it might have been one of those quick things. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh my days, we only have the weekend to find someone.
I'll be
or
honest
find a
with
couple
you.
people.
He's a job's worth. I can't imagine one of my siblings
Mm-hmm.
who like is the principal of a school calling me up to come and help you out in the school.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a statue of me in there.
It's terrible, man. Yeah. This guy basically said the school had seen a 9% real terms cut in income in the last decade, right? But he said the energy bills over the last 6 months have risen by 100%. The catering bill was 38 grand in the red, and the school didn't have enough money for staff pay increases of the 5 to 10%.
Do you know what schools are going through? I think it was Ro from Tutu's podcast. She was saying how her child had a half day or something because of the energy. They couldn't afford to keep the lights on. So they had to send the kids home. Something like that.
It's real, you know. It's real. And I feel as though a lot of people are not understanding because it hasn't hit us. It hasn't come to our doorsteps yet. But people
God didn't make it come to my doorstep.
Amen.
They wanted to. I can understand the realness without it coming to my... Similar to
for real.
the childbirth you are dying about. I can understand it.
It's crazy, man.
Sad,
and
man.
this next thing, this is sad as well. But a mother is facing a £17,000 home energy bill.
17,000?
Yeah, and the reason why is because her situation is a lot more unique. It's because one of her disabled daughters needs life support.
Yeah, but you don't live in Buckingham Palace.
But I guess it costs a lot of money to run that particular thing, innit? So
Crap,
basically,
man.
so she was talking to the BBC, right? So basically, her daughter is 12, has severe cerebral palsy, and relies on receiving oxygen. You know what I'm saying, for her breathing problems and stuff. And so she was talking to BBC, basically saying, look, normally it costs like £6,500 a year to run the actual machine and to heat their home. You know what I'm saying? But the council has written to her basically saying, I get it costs $6.5K, but because of this cost of living crisis and the bills, what you're likely to pay now next year, it's going to be 17 grand. 17 grand.
Are they going to help her with that? Because I would assume if you got a child, that she would get help. Do you get me from the state?
She probably is getting help, but I don't think
they
they're
need to cover
they're
like
giving 17 grand.
15,000 of
Right.
that.
Right.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, sad, man. So, yeah, man. She's come out and basically said that she fears that her family is going to face further fuel poverty because of the economic turmoil. She's also worried about possible winter power cuts. Remember, we spoke about this yesterday as well. Yeah, man. And, yeah, all of this stuff, it like affects the daughter. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else can kind of put 2 layers on or leave the
Yeah,
house.
but the child, she needs to come. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. If I see anything about Black Friday sales, then I know that I want everybody to know that this government hates us and they want us dead. Because in this cost of living crisis, surely you cannot be promoting people buying stuff stupidly. I don't want to see ads and TV ads and all that kind of stuff. That will be so insensitive.
But guess what? You
I'm
will.
gonna see it.
You will.
Yeah.
That's so sad, man.
Yeah, it really is, man. And, you know, I'll leave the next one till tomorrow because I wanted to go into a bit more depth about this and just basically let people know how inflation has affected the cost of living and give basically an indication of how certain things, everyday groceries, milk, eggs, certain things have risen. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go into that a bit more detail tomorrow. But yeah, that's it for the People's Journal.
All right, well, would you guys believe this? We haven't even done the main segment of today.
Haven't we?
We haven't. We've got to work a joke.
Yeah, that ain't the main segment. Topic of the day is the main segment, no?
Shouldn't be. If you look at the time allocation of it.
Oh.
But you know what? Let's get into it. Let's get into our work a joke for today.
All right, so today's Walker joke, Brent, if you do not mind, good sir, okay, put up the poll. And basically, this is basically what we're going to do, right? I'm going to give you 3 scenarios, right? 2 of them are jokes, and 1 of them is a real situation, a woke thing, yeah? Cool. And I want you guys to interrogate the ideas and tell me which one it is, right? So the first thing is this. Due to the current, cost of living crisis, the government has actually looked into actually getting help from African nations, right? To get advice on how to move forward with electricity outages. Because obviously, like places like Nigeria, they just live with
Experts in the field.
experts. So because of what we spoke about yesterday, about how National Grid, one of the guys from the National Grid was basically saying, look, there may be real life outages, right, coming around February next year. So the government's basically said, you know what, let's actually ask people who have experienced this how they're making their government function and things of that nature. Do you believe that that is one of the woke or joke situations? I'm going to give you the other two, right?
Yeah.
The second is supermarkets are actually considering selling like insects as food because real food is going to be scarce and expensive.
I was about to say something so wild. You might get me.
All right.
So I was going to say like a certain country already does. No.
All right, cool. So that's the second one, yeah? There's not much to that. And the third one is because of the Ukraine-Russia war and everything and how there was damage to the actual Nord 2 pipeline, again, something that we spoke about, there may actually be a shortage of fuel, like diesel, petrol, and all that at the tanks. And so the government is basically considering everyone, there being a cap on how much people can buy based on the vehicle they have.
Okay. That one sounds like it can be true. So
Okay.
the second one about the insects is definitely a joke. You made that up. And the first one, even though it's not, the craziest premise in the world, I'll still say joke.
The first one is the biggest joke of them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not taking any country that thinks they're going to take electricity advice
Yeah, I don't see
from
it
countries
being
that don't
from-
even have electricity. You deserve anything that happens to you.
Yeah, but doesn't that make more sense though? Because
Yeah.
they've experienced not having
It
it.
makes sense, but do we believe that they're doing a good job at it anyway?
No, all them generators that's all
Yeah.
that they popping and burning
Yeah.
and just exploding out of the blue. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The supermarkets one, okay, no, that's the biggest joke. But I think with the fuel one, I'm surprised they never did that already.
Yeah. The few ones sound like, didn't that already happen?
But I feel like they wouldn't do that because they're still making money. But I think the moment that it gets way too expensive for them to buy,
Yeah.
and it's like literally there's hardly any around now, I have to be walking to Brent's house every morning. I have to stay over.
Marks, what do you think?
I think it's a trick question. I think the most serious one's going to be the craziest one. Can they?
No, but we can
What, insects?
go and find our own insects outside. I don't need to buy them. Otherwise, I could just go hunting for insects.
Like Pokemon. Remember that Pokemon era?
Yeah, I didn't get involved in that.
Yeah,
Well, there's certain communities where insects are a delicacy, in it, so they might be trying to implement like some world food thing.
skewered
That's true.
bugs.
But would that give enough food though? Like, because how many like insects do you have to eat?
That's a
Yeah,
snack.
yeah. And by insects, what insects are you talking about? You talking about ants, spiders, and shit? Or what are you talking about?
Cockroaches and things.
Yeah,
Scorpion, or
edible
anything.
insects.
Scorpio is not an insect.
Where is it?
I don't think you should make a sound
Huh?
personally.
I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's an insect. If it is, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
It's
What
a
is it
spider
then?
insect.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they're kind of brothers.
because okay, I don't know.
Scorpions and insects and spiders fight each other.
Let's ask the community. Community are Scorpios insects?
Scorpio.
Scorpions. Sorry.
Oh.
No, you said Scorpios.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one. What do you think, man?
Oh, no, I know the answer. Innit?
Oh
So,
yeah, you know.
So,
It's either the real one is either the insects or the government
Oh.
asking Africa for help.
The arachnids. Arachnids.
man, answer this question. How were you expecting me to do this, Paul?
Maybe just I don't know. Like
Option
a
1,
real
2, or 3.
brief. Yeah, you could do that actually. Yeah.
How does that work if it is that you're asking each whether each one is a woke or joke? How are they?
No,
gonna
which
vote
one
for it?
which one is the woke?
There's only one.
Yeah, it's only one.
There's only one.
There's one woke and there's two
You
jokes.
said,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You
yeah,
weren't
yeah.
clear about that.
Yeah. I thought
Okay,
I
yeah.
said that though.
Yeah.
They did say that.
Yeah. So I think the last one is woke.
Yeah, I think the last one's work.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can't be insects. What are the vegans gonna do? You all look down bad.
Well, vegans can eat insects, no?
Nah.
No.
Because it's animal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently, someone said they've seen them selling insects already.
Where?
I don't know.
Yeah, they eat it in China and stuff.
That's what I was talking about. No, I mean here.
I think she means here.
Oh,
Yeah, when I said like a other country does, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
but they open with that. It's
Ew.
all on YouTube.
But like bats and shit.
Bats.
Bat's not an insect.
So okay.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the
So that's how it starts though.
what's the consensus? Like you have to choose one. You can't say this or that.
What?
I
Choose
think
one.
fuel.
That's what.
That's the woke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
the
last
woke
one, the fuel one.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of you. And Mark, what are you saying?
I'm gonna go with.
It can't be the African Union.
I'm not gonna lie. Even if the insect one is joke, so it's woke. I'm calling it a joke.
I'm gonna go with the African Union.
Oh, serious? I wish the poll was up already, man.
There's no poll going up. Is there a poll going up, Brent?
No, it's too late.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, you're watching out for something that wasn't going to happen.
I want to see what people say. All right, well, the answer is basically everyone's wrong, man.
It was
Insect.
wrong.
It's the insects.
Told you, man.
It's the insects.
I don't give a
First
damn.
of all, no one forced you to pick answer.
that is still a joke to me. Selling insects.
I don't get it. Peas.
All right, so Audi is considering selling.
As in the car. Oh,
No, Audi.
Audi.
we're having
Yeah.
a long day, guys.
They're considering selling edible insect recipes because of the cost of living crisis. So basically, they're saying bugs such as crickets and stuff are known to be cheap and a good sustainable form of protein.
How are you going to catch a cricket?
Well, that's Audi's job, isn't it?
You know, how much are they paying per hour to catch a cricket?
Well, who knows, man? So yeah, now Audi's weighing up whether to stock products by Yumbug, which make the insect recipe kits. There's a company, man.
Yum bug.
Yumbug.
Ain't no one buying that, bruv.
Can
These
you
guys.
imagine, like,
Yum.
nah, people would, though.
No, but remember, you have to be like, you can't just suddenly wake up one day and decide you're going to start eating insects. It's a process.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, you got to warm up to
Yeah,
it.
you got to warm up to it. I can't tomorrow be like, okay, cool, let me go and buy some crickets. Like,
This is what Yoruba people call onija kuje. You just eat stupid things.
yeah,
It's the most stupid thing you could do.
Yeah, they've got a
They're set up for
sale
company,
going
man.
on.
There you
A
go.
sale?
Yeah, discount 50% off Yum Bug kits.
Yep, there you go.
What is the kit like?
I like, what's a kit?
Wait, so it's like cricket soup.
Might be
Oh.
different. Yeah, so basically you got cricket nuggets,
Cricket nuggets.
Cricket tacos, cricket stir fry.
cricket mints,
Tacos?
cricket burger.
Cricket nuggets is so cold.
You try this now, it works out.
Yeah. So basically this is the
Is
world
that
we're living
crunchy
in.
when you eat it? Like, what is the vibe?
They're in restaurants.
What's it called? As a
go.
vegan, do you classify insects as
Meat.
animals?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you wouldn't be able to eat this.
No,
You just have to starve.
Nah, eat leaves.
That's the worst food ever, boy.
Do you know what's mad?
cricket
Yeah.
leaves.
Do you know what's so crazy? Is that
Lettuce.
vegans love to get involved with everything. Like, they will make their own cricket-free cricket meat.
Hey, for real, you know, somehow.
Ridiculous.
Somehow.
Free from. It's free from cricket. What's cricket meat?
Yeah, it'll be like piece of soil.
Not soil.
But yeah, man.
Now, this world is a joke. All in all.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the end of Woke a Joke.
What did you press?
Something.
I guess we'll find out.
Would anyone be open to doing that though?
I would taste crickets.
I'll taste it if
I would
someone
ta-
presents it to me. I'm not gonna go and buy it and cook it and all that stuff. No.
Brent, are you gonna buy and cook it and stuff? Because you want to season
I
it.
think I'm gonna purchase this and then we can eat it on
Who's we?
TD on
You know
air.
what I'm saying? We is French. I ain't eating no Ross Clark cricket.
Obviously, you ain't here.
I wouldn't even if I was, I wouldn't eat it. What the fuck do you think this is?
What if it was cricket nuggets though? You said nuggets sounded cool.
No, the name sounds cool. I ain't eating no. I ain't never gonna eat no nonsense like that. He's got to show mine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Looks angry.
Alright.
I can't believe you presented that to him. Like,
Furious, man.
what do you think this is?
Brent,
I come here on the show
Brent,
every day.
in the name of content, I'll do it.
Yeah, man.
I'll
I'll
do it.
definitely do it.
I'll do it.
That's good. Iman?
I would have joined you if I wasn't vegan. But
I'm sure they have vegan.
Since
Get Iman eats jollof rice. It's good.
Brent, what's the vegan? What do you mean you sure they have vegan? What's the vegan cricket? What is that then?
Meat-free cricket, innit?
Yeah, made of soy and
It would just be like
Cauliflower.
mushroom. Yeah, cauliflower, exactly.
Cauliflower cricket.
yeah, I could do that then. I don't mind.
Oh, no, Sharif is saying that you don't think that the insects are halal. So I'm not sure if I can partake in this.
Look at that. How convenient.
Also, can you have halal insects?
Hey, who knows?
Who knows?
I'm sure you can because obviously they are living organisms. So I guess so.
There's a lot of them. What they call yum gum? What they called?
Yum
But
bug.
but
Yeah, they have a lot to cater to.
but they ain't Sharif. They ain't that much blood to drain though. So I don't know.
Oh, actually, Mugs.
I'm a celebrity is one of the worst things I could
Yeah, I was
think
gonna
of doing.
say, would you do it?
I would do it, but that eating challenge, there's no one's getting stars. There's no stars.
You got to eat like a kangaroo's penis.
No, it's impossible. All the other stuff I could probably do, even like being around insects or whatever. But the eating challenge, that if you put me on that, nobody's.
So you
getting
can
any
be
stars.
in a box, yeah, where they've looked and there's mice in there, and they
Potentially,
come on your face
Well,
and stuff.
potentially more than eating the stuff though. Like that would be long for me, but I've got the mental strength to power through that if I'm put in that position. The eating thing, I'm not even trying it.
Also, do you know that prawns and shrimps and stuff, they're like the insects of the sea?
Yeah, don't tell me that. I've heard that, and
So,
I'll
no,
block
they
it
are.
out.
So if you were to eat prawns and them things there,
Crustaceans, they're not the insects of the sea. They're sibs. They're the sibs of the sea because they eat plankton and stuff like that. So they
Not
potentially
plankton.
I don't know what you're talking
these
about.
kind of things, and that they potentially clean the waters. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's an ecosystem, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah, I'm sure
they are
bugs.
kind
I'm
of.
sure bugs have their function here on land as well. They contribute to the crops and that.
They're nuisances.
I ain't never ate no chicken foot or no cow foot either, Kevin. Man, relax.
Cow foot,
Cow foot looks horrible. I'm not eating that.
Cow foot is top tier, bro.
If you eat chicken foot,
I love me some cow foot,
I
bro.
think eating chicken foot is an ick.
Chicken foot is
My
dead.
people,
Just
my
doing
people been
this.
through too much. My people been through too much for me to be eating cow foot.
Yeah, it's giving like slavery.
Nah, it's buff, bro.
Yeah,
It's buff, it's buff,
basically.
It's giving scratchings.
Y'all guys are missing out still.
What about turkey bum?
I've never heard of that before.
No, do you remember what's it called
Hey,
again?
Ghanaians, you better talk, you know.
A trophy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what's mad? So my sister-in-law's Ghanaian, yeah? And her mum will make it so nice. And I thought, oh, this is nice chicken.
There you go.
The one day she was like to me, I was like, oh, like, auntie, have you made the chicken? And she was like, chicken? Then my sister-in-law was trying to say, like, don't. Because I'm very picky with food.
Yeah.
So no, it's turkey bum. I said,
Yeah.
oh,
There you go.
never ate it again.
There was a point in my life where my mum kept making snails, bro.
Oh yeah, snails is like elite food.
My mum cut it out, bro.
And do you ever see the way they season it? They put the pepper. Like, if you look at it, like you'll be like, oh, this looks so good, but I can't get past it mentally to eat it.
I've
Because they put the pepper
I'm not
sauce
eating
and everything.
those snails either.
No, Nigerians make it nice. Like it looks like suya. They pick up with a toothpick and everything. Yeah, I'm too picky, man. I would survive. I wouldn't survive.
I'm a simple man. I'm not eating no foolishness. You can look at something and you can tell whether I'm going to eat it or not. I'm not eating no foolishness whatsoever.
That's a turkey cheeks.
No foolishness. I'm not eating. That's it. There's so much stuff that comes in that category, but I think you could do it. You get me? You could just look at it and be like, that's foolishness. He's not eating that.
Actually, Brent, what's the wildest thing you've eaten?
Bum.
That is mad.
Oh, well, that's that. Let's get into headlines.
Into the headlines. All right. So,
Okay.
anyway,
Listen, Brent's had enough. Brent's like,
Oh yeah, I like
"Damn,
oxtail.
the
Oxtail's
studio."
lit.
Oh yeah, oxtail's nice, but I didn't know that was from a cow.
You didn't know it was the real tail. It's in the name.
Yeah, but I didn't know that ox was. Never mind.
Oxtail's lit though. I can't lie.
Yeah.
all right. So the headline, right? Trigger warning. So basically, mothers have given accounts of being made to feel blame for what happened to their babies, told that their deaths were God's will, and were left in soiled bedding in a damning report into infant deaths at 2 scandal-hit maternity wards at East Kent Hospital Trust. The report published today, which was yesterday, into one of the UK's biggest maternity scandals has found that 45 babies who died at Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother Hospital, at Margate and William Harvey Hospital in Ashford could have survived if they were given better care. Families were disregarded, belittled and blamed, while there were instances where doctors and midwives tried to abdicate responsibility or shift blame onto others when things went wrong. It's what the report found. One mother described being taken into a tiny little box room and being told by medical staff, as long as you know, it's not our fault. It's no one's fault. It's just one of those things. Another told how she was asked by a member of staff, is there anything you think you could have done better? Wow. The woman said those words stuck with me for months and months afterwards. I felt so guilty. Families also spoke of their pain for not being given answers or reasons for why things went wrong. One bereaved mother told the panel, my opinion will always be that my baby died because somebody didn't do their job properly. And that's fine if you work in Sainsbury's. But when it comes to a family's life, it has affected me, my husband, our son. It's devastating and it can't be undone. It's just what we have to live with. During one heartbreaking testimony, another bereaved mother told the panel, although it was 7 years ago for us, it's still burning in our hearts because we haven't had answers. In one particularly cruel instance, a woman was denied access to a bereavement counsellor because she was not having a funeral for her baby. So we asked to see, this is what the lady's saying, we asked to see the bereavement counsellor and she refused to see us because we weren't having a funeral. She was like, well, there's nothing I can do for you. Another mother whose baby died was told it was God's will. God only takes the babies that he wants to take. she was told that by a midwife.
I'm rushing you. There's like, the police actually take everybody here from today. I'm rushed. Do not say that to a person.
Yeah. But yeah, man. That's that headline. And the last headline is about Mason Greenwood again. And he's been released. So he's been released on bail following a private court hearing over the allegations of attempted rape and other offences. Trigger warning. 21-year-old is expected to be released from prison, last night, and having spent 4 nights in custody. Greenwood, like we spoke about yesterday, was charged on Saturday with attempted rape, assault, and engaging in coercive and controlling behaviour. The footballer, who had played once for the England senior team, was suspended by Man United following his arrest in January. In a private hearing at Minshaw Street Crown Court in Manchester on Wednesday, the judge, John Potter, granted Greenwood bail with a number of conditions. He's not allowed to contact the witness, including the complainant, and must reside in Bowden near Out Ere in Greater Manchester. Greenwood's release came 2 days after he appeared at Manchester Magistrates Court, where a judge had refused his request to be released on bail. By that point, he had spent 2 nights in the cell after being charged by the Crown Prosecution Service on Saturday. He faces 1 count of attempted rape, said to have taken place on 22nd of October last year. And also he's facing an assault occasioning actual bodily harm in December of last year. He's also charged with repeatedly engaging in coercive and controlling behaviour, which allegedly included monitoring the complainant's social media accounts and making threats and derogatory comments towards her, amounting to a serious effect upon her. And that's the end of the headlines.
All right. Well, let's get into the sports headlines, the reaction.
All right. I think Mark is particularly happy about this one, man. Man United got the job done.
Now look at the glee on your face. You're silly. Got his camera.
Your orange trading top.
Man United.
What's wrong with my top?
No, I said the orange trading top. I didn't diss it. I mean,
Oh, right, what team is it?
Scum United.
Okay.
Not you, put your chest up.
Pigeon chest.
Apparently, I mean, Marks can corroborate this, but apparently Man United produced a thrilling attack in performance to deservedly defeat Tottenham 2-0 at Old Trafford. Fred's opener was deflected off Ben Davies, so it was a bit of a shaky goal, but still. Before Bruno Fernandes added a second as shots rained in on the Tottenham goal. This was surely the best performance by United since Erik ten Hag arrived at the club in the summer. Is that true?
It's one of the best performances by United in years, to be honest with you, from any gaffer. So Jose, Ole, I've been up there loads of times. That's one of the best performances in recent history. Controlled the game from minute 1 to minute 90. Comprehensive victory. There's different stuff.
Marks was there live, if you guys didn't know. Marks was at Old Trafford yesterday.
Yeah, he's giving a full commentator experience here.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I was there. I was in the trenches. You get me? I was just watching. I see it all firsthand. Them man, they got... Yeah, no, it was different. It was different. Proud of the boys. Made the journey all worth it. You get me? I didn't get home till like 5 a.m. Wow. This is why I'm tired.
But it was worth it.
Yeah, it was all worth it in the end, man. I ain't gonna complain. Killed them, man.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights, and I was watching the highlights, and then I forgot they were playing Tottenham.
That was like a
because all the highlights were just showing.
It was like a you know, like one of them FA Cup games when you're definitely like a class above, like a lower league team, stuff like that. It was one of those performances. They never had a sniff. I think there was one chance at was that in the first half, maybe end of the first half. Harry Kane got a chance to the back post, got a save out De Gea. And maybe Bentancur's shot was probably closer than I thought it was in the first half. Apart from that, just nothing, man. We just pressed well from the front. We contained them. We defended well. Win the ball back in the middle. Fred and Casemiro was different. Who was the worst player on the pitch? Actually, you know what? We're not even talking about worst because everybody was good. We got the 3 points, clean sheet. Just excellent stuff, man. Up the Reds.
What do you feel about people saying, well, Man United went amazing, Spurs were just crap?
We wasn't amazing because if it was amazing, we would have scored 6 instead of 2. You get me? Big up Hugo Lloris. He was dope. But Spurs never got a chance to be good. You know what I'm trying to say? I think they went with 3 in the midfield, and Fred and Casemiro just dominated them. Just way too much tenacity, too much legs. Bruno was involved in everything good. You get what I'm trying to say? Like his ball retention was good this time. The whole back line played their part. Rashford was good running from the front. They was pressing from they never had a chance to do anything. Like tactically, Conte just got it wrong. Eric got it right, and the boys just applied themselves in it. Like you get what I'm trying to say? So you can try and take it away from him if you want. I think we had like 28 shots on goal or something stupid like this.
Wow.
You get me? So yeah, man. Like for as much as Spurs was bad, United was very, very good, and we didn't allow them to play. So can't take nothing away from them.
The second headline is linked to that. Yeah, I'm not sure if you know, but did you know that basically Ronaldo left the field, or left the substitute area?
I didn't find this out until I was on my way home because I thought he was coming on. He looked like he was getting ready to come on when they done a double change of, I think it was Elanga and Ericsson.
Okay.
So he was there at the front, and I thought like he was getting ready. Then Ten Hag must have told him, actually, no, it's not you yet. Then he disappeared. So when I was busy looking for him in the dugout area, he must have slipped past man and walked to the changing room. So I honestly didn't even notice it, and I was right there, like literally, like I was super close to him as well. I don't know what, but it's because he was doing too much anyway, man. He was warming up the whole game. It's like he just wanted to be on TV. He's there stretching, doing all this foolishness. You get me, like walking out late after the second half when they come out. Yeah, everybody's come out. Gaffer, coaches, the team, the game's playing actually. Then Ronaldo wants to stroll out of the dressing room and walk up, sit down last minute. Like, he was just doing performative stuff. So. He's taking a piss. He's one of mine not going done at
it. Yeah. Well, asked whether Ronaldo had spoken to Ten Hag before walking down the tunnel before the completion of the match. Ten Hag basically said he was there. I've seen him, but I didn't speak to him. And in the post-match press conference, Ten Hag also added, "I don't pay attention to that. I will deal with that tomorrow. I want to keep focus on the team." So obviously there was no communication. The guy just got up and left, man. He was upset.
Disgruntled employee, man.
There you go. But yeah, that's it, you know? That's the end.
That's it for sports.
Liverpool won yesterday, right?
Liverpool beat West Ham.
They did 1-0,
yeah. Bowen missed the penalty, didn't he?
I didn't. Yeah. No. It was a save. It was a save. Save.
Very well. Yeah, he missed it.
I know, but sometimes when you miss, it's a miss, but it was a save.
I mean, yeah, the goalkeeper saved it and he missed it. But it's definitely say he had a chance to make it 1-1. Or was that when it was 1-0 down, or was it 0-0 at that point?
It was 1-0 at that point.
Yeah, so he had a chance to make it 1-1 and he missed it. So Liverpool won. Newcastle beat Everton 1-0. I tell you, Newcastle are a good outfit, man. Don't knock them. Chelsea's got points 0-0 with Brentford.
Yeah.
They missed the trick there. I think they're a bit of a wounded animal at the minute. We got them on the weekend, so hopefully they're still not clicking. You get me? Because if we go and take all the points from that Chelsea game, then literally exactly what I said after the City game has just come to fruition and just proved me right once again.
Prediction, please.
Who? Sorry, what?
Go out on the ledge. Give me a prediction.
What on the score?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know what the score's going to be. I just hope we win.
Let me know who's going to win then.
I think United's going to win. I think United's going to win every game we play. That's how I move. And then obviously
2-1.
2-1 to who, Esther?
Like United will win. Who are they playing again? Sorry.
Chelsea. Yep, that's good. We'll take it. That's good. That's all we needed.
Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, good energy. We'll take that. And then obviously the Arsenal City game was postponed for whatever reason. Do you not know why that's postponed?
Because we had to rearrange our game with PSV, and because that was rearranged to today, we couldn't play yesterday. And it was originally postponed.
Was that all originally stuff with the Queen and that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, so I didn't understand yesterday.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I think Bournemouth lost 1-0 to Southampton. Obviously, no one cares about that game, but it happened.
That's all.
It happened.
One thing I want to mention though, I like the look of Anthony. He's good.
Yeah,
he's good, man.
Yeah, he's a special talent, man. He's got it, man. You know what it is? Yeah, he's electrifying. When he gets on the ball, the whole stadium just stands up because you don't know what he's going to do or what's going to happen. I still think he hasn't got his confidence yet. I still think he turns back a bit too much to go back to the fullback or to come inside to the defender or the midfielder. And I think it's just because the price tag's probably, and he just don't want to. He don't want to be the one that's messing it up. You know what I'm trying to say? So if he doesn't try to beat someone, but he retains the ball, then he hasn't lost possession. Then he essentially he's still done kind of good. Because when he's ready to turn it on and go, he's just too dynamic. They can't handle him. And if you watch his highlight reel and stuff like that, that's just the way he plays, isn't it? But obviously, Efredisi and the Prem, two different things. I think he just needs to settle in more and feel at home. Once he does, it's over. Cookery.
And your take on the Gakpo interview?
What, Cody Gakpo?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. What did he say?
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Apparently, United were after him, and I think Anthony was the one you guys went for.
Okay, and
then he was like, "It's either Leeds or Southampton." That was left basically wanting him, and he's like, "Nah, I'll stay at PSV." But he's obviously putting it out there that he is really, really interested in United.
Yeah, because I thought we was gonna do both. But Cody's someone that looks good, but it could not translate, man. That Dutch league, it could be a dodgy one. He looks interesting. Where he's young and he's got a little bit of ability, but I'm not gonna overgas it. He could not be the guy. It could just be another case of, you get me, just one move too big. And I reckon it would probably be better, even though you probably end up paying more for him. It would probably be better if he went somewhere lesser in the league, like a Leeds or Southampton, and proved himself. Then got the bigger move. I'd rather do that.
Didn't Anthony come from a Dutch league?
Yeah, but he's Brazilian.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, he's Brazilian. Them Brazilian man come from South America. They got to come to Europe as a stepping stone. A lot of these Brazilian men know who they are, like know their level. They just got to go and put in the work. Like Suarez and them, man, they came from Ajax. Like them South American man got to come and do the journey and prove their way. They want these shops as these windows as what's it called? What am I saying? You know, you just put yourself on the display in the window in the shop. That's why they go to these lower. Yeah. That's why they go to these lower teams, isn't it? But like, at the end of the day, he's Brazilian, bro. Like, and the professionals who talk about Anthony, respected journalists in Holland and that, who watch him play week in, week out, and people that follow the Brazilian team and all that, they're saying that this guy's like the best Brazilian out there, the most technically gifted Brazilian out there, bar Neymar, basically. That's the only one that can talk to him. That's what the professionals say. So, you know, I think we made the right choice with Anthony. Right, he's gonna come good. He's already got 3 goals already. It's a half decent return already. Can't knock it, man. Cool. Don't hate, man. You're gonna try and find negatives as way you can, but there's no negatives, man. It's just all positives, man. Onwards and upwards, man.
Where's that energy coming from? In that room? It's not over here.
Huh?
Where's that energy coming from? Where did that come from?
It's from you, Brent.
Really?
Yeah, it's passive aggressive.
No. I'm a big fan of Anthony. I told you that
he's good,
when
man.
he initially came. Big fan. Yeah, and I said I want good things for you. You were able to basically go out yesterday. You enjoyed yourself. You were amongst good company. Yeah, very good company. You decided to sleep in. Great. I actually called you. I don't normally call you.
Wow, it's all coming out now.
Because you knew I was going to be tired.
100%. So I'm happy for you.
Also, the top 6 is kind of forming now. As in, all the right teams are there. Only team that's out of place right now is Newcastle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You say Newcastle look out of place?
In terms of names, I'm talking about name brands. So you got Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham, Chelsea, then you got United, then you got Newcastle and Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, Newcastle isn't supposed to be there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know the kind of money that they just got?
No, he's saying they should be lower.
No, I'm saying based on name brand. I'm not talking about based on performance.
Well, even then, that Newcastle are a big club, and to get the kind of injection that they got a decent gaffer there. Like this is kind of expected them. I expect them to be around this kind of place.
Yeah, no. Based on who their owners are, I don't think they've done in terms of investment in the team. I don't think they've done like, you know, they ain't doing what Man City done when they got taken over, right? But Man City couldn't do it straight away, man. Obviously, there was like Robinho. Like it started small, like the Elan. Like, it wasn't the same. It's literally the same kind of thing. They brought in Botman, he's good. Yeah. Trippier's good. Yeah. Dan Burns good. Ramirez Isaac. Yeah, so it is in keeping with that. They got to build this team up, get into Europe, and then be able to get the bigger names and stuff like that. I think the process is happening how you would think, and that's why. Even down to like the United game, I wasn't happy at the United game, but I'm looking at it thinking these are 2 pretty similar level teams. To be totally honest with you, like if you run through the team, there's a lot of players in that Newcastle team who would expect to get game time at United with the way the team's currently set up. So
Yeah, I think they're like a European team, Europa, that kind of thing. I don't think it'll be out of place. I think you need to get used to seeing them there, and if they make improvements even higher.
Damn, are we saying top 7 now then?
The Newcastle, they should be this year. They've been decent, you know. They've been all right. They don't concede a lot. There's a few things they need to work out. I don't know, maybe if they need a better gaffer or whatever, but it's a big club. People forget because they've been down bad for some.
No,
Newcastle's a big club.
For real. All right. Big up the tunes.
Yep. Well, that's the end of the reaction.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not.
Okay.
Sorry. And Mark, someone said, yeah, if Esther gets the United scoreline correct, I think Mark should buy her breakfast the day after.
That's fine. I'll take that.
Yeah. I was just letting you know I wasn't really asking your consent. But yes, thank you. All right.
So before we go, just wanted to add another thing in there. Arsenal played yesterday as well.
You guys, I think they mentioned that.
Ladies.
The women's.
Arsenal ladies.
The women's, yeah.
Funny
man.
enough, it just popped up on my screen now.
There you go, man. And,
The men are listening. They are listening.
and they're starting the Women's Champions League, right? And they actually beat the previous champions, as in the current champions,
Yeah.
Lyon, 5-1.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? In France as well. So Arsenal are thriving, you know, men and women and that. You know what I'm saying? Equality for real.
So does every team have like a women's version?
Yeah.
So there's a female Liverpool?
Yeah.
Man City?
Yeah.
All of them?
Oh.
I'm sure. Well, there might
The
be
big
teams.
ones,
There might be teams that
anyway.
don't, for sure. But yeah, most of the big teams do have.
Yeah.
Pick up the women.
Yeah.
That's it.
Does Tyson have a fight this weekend?
Yeah, but that's for tomorrow.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's no, it's not. Sorry, it's not this weekend.
Yeah, he's fighting this weekend.
No, it's not this weekend.
It's December the
the
3rd.
third. Yeah.
Okay.
You're very ahead, aren't you, Brent?
But I'll mention it now. He's fighting Chisora. But yeah, I'll just speak about it tomorrow because it's just disappointing. It's a waste of everyone's time.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's fighting.
For the third time.
Yeah.
No, you guys said I'm going to talk about this tomorrow and they're talking about it now. Like,
Yeah, anyway, yeah. Let's,
everyone sleep on it. We'll be back tomorrow with thoughts. But yeah, let's get into done out here.
Oh my God, who's done it here today? We haven't got that many good candidates. I haven't even gone through it because I've been half asleep. Actually, you know what? This is light-hearted. Why did you put this in there anyway? This is light-hearted. Let's just take this quick time to just highlight some white on white crime. Mixed in with a little bit of white privilege as well, actually. It's all going on. What's her name? Jessica Baker, 20,
funny
avoided
that
jail.
is.
No, what? She avoided jail. She avoided prison after she attacked her ex-boyfriend's gal in the park. I don't understand what's going on. Firstly, women, you've got to be better, man. Stop fighting over man. Yeah? Just stop fighting over man, especially after the fact. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if it's your partner, I don't know, you catch him in some kind of entanglement or something. And obviously, like, emotions are raised, it's the heat of the moment. If you want to throw hands and stuff, I kind of hear that. You get me? But let's not do this after the fact thing. Once your man's left, like, you shouldn't be fighting your ex's gap. Like, that's crazy because it's ex for a reason. It's over. It's done. The fact that you still want to go back and fight means that there's something there. It means you're bitter. It means you're, you know what I'm trying to say? You got to take the higher ground and be the bigger person. You know what I'm trying to say? So women, you don't need to be better. Don't be fighting people. These young girls went and met up in the park for a showdown for a man that you're not sleeping with anymore. You know what I'm trying to say? That it don't make no sense. But she concealed weapons. What's this?
I can't lie, that weapon is sick. It's a sick weapon. I was waiting for you to get there because that perfume smells good.
Do you know the perfume? Yeah.
Yeah, it's shaped like
Carolina,
yeah.
Carolina Herrera.
Yeah.
She got a perfume. Yeah.
It's shaped like a shoe.
It's lit. Yeah, it's shaped like a shoe, like a stiletto with a heel, big
proper sick.
3-4 inch heel and thing. She came, concealed it in her wares.
Mad.
But you know, look at this thing. If you're holding it by the heel point, yeah, that's dangerous.
That's
you know,
very dangerous. Yeah.
like she was on smoke, and this is the gal who. This is the ex. Wait, is she the ex or?
Yeah, she's the ex.
She's the ex. She's the ex. So you know, she had vim.
No, she's the current. She hid the ex with the perfume.
Oh man.
So
No, this ain't the
I'm
current.
looking at her face.
The current is the
No,
one.
the ex hit the current girl. The ex hit the new current girl.
I thought the new girl hit that because that's the
Nah, because
woman
why
hit
would the new
her
girl be so
ex's
angry?
boyfriend.
The new girl ain't missing no meals. It's the old one
No,
that
but
was
so-
vexed.
Yeah, the old one did it.
Oh, the old one
The
did it.
old one
hit
did
her
it. That's her
ex's-
ex-boyfriend's
her
new
ex-
gal.
New girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's hating because she lost
Yeah,
her position.
She got hate in her blood. She drew for the
This guy has a type, obviously, because
Yeah, he definitely does.
these girls look like twins.
yeah. And that's probably incensed them as well. You get what I'm trying to say? It's
Yeah.
enraged her. You get me? So she wanted to mash out her face with a glass heel on some real Cinderella story thing. You get me? She mashed out her face. This girl was bleeding and thing as well. But she got 2 years. She got 2 years imprisonment, basically. But on a no, she never. Sorry, she got 12 months imprisonment, but it's on a 2 years suspended sentence. So she's not even going to go and see jail. Obviously, if she does this again or anything egregious for the next 2 years, she's going to go and serve her sentence. But she got off after she attacked someone in the street, and that's why I said it's white on white crime. It's also white privilege. It's all rolled into one in today's story. It's this saga. So. But yeah, she's done at it. I just think I want to take this time out to let women know, like, obviously there's no rap like a woman scorn and stuff like that, but you don't got to control your feelings, control your emotions. You need to be better because you're always saying men ain't shit. So if we ain't shit, why are you risking your freedom for us for?
We
It don't
love
make
you.
no sense.
Because we
Huh?
love you.
Because we love you.
I just don't think you should be risking your freedom for no man.
Yeah, definitely not, man.
Yeah, because essentially you're just doing it for cocky, and
Okay.
that's what it is.
I thought you meant that they were being cocky, and I was like, yeah, you're right. It's a bit of arrogance there, isn't it?
Hold on, was she by herself when she got attacked?
Yeah, because she could have pulled up with
Well, she
friends.
just found her in a park lacking randomly and just.
Nah, they was talking online. I think
Oh,
had
they
this-
arranged to meet up.
Like, yeah, come meet me in the park. Like it's all going off. This
Yeah,
is
but
serious stuff.
but the thing is, if they arrange to like handbags at dawn, like you arranged, this is a consensual fight.
Like, you know this is happening.
So that means you lost the fight.
yeah,
so
she
what's
lost
the
the
problem?
fight. It was a crime.
Yeah, she bust her head with a weapon.
Yeah, but Marks, it's not,
ABH.
no, it ain't like she saw her in the street and thought, oh shit, there's my girl. Pulled out her thing and chased after her. They agreed to meet up to fight. She lost the fight.
Two consenting adults. She's silly because she
You know
should
what I
have.
mean?
Yeah, man. You can't. I can't beef somebody and I'm gonna pull up on my own. I'm calling the entire. All my friendship. We're all going.
So
But
what?
somebody must have been there because like there's a picture of her.
Yeah,
You know what
friend
I'm
will probably
saying?
snapping it.
Yeah, but the way the picture is, I can tell that might have been. I don't know. I don't know
My
who
friend
that
after
would
the
have said. Look at it.
I'm not even gonna lie, for real. You know, someone said something. This must be why he left her because I reckon she's aggressive. Anyway, you don't just
Yeah.
that picture where she's holding the hill. You can see there's trouble in there.
Just
You
trouble
get me?
in there.
Yeah, she would have mashed him up a couple of times herself. He said, "You know what? I need a calm babe." And then he got his calm babe mashed up by the crazy thing. It's all a whole saga. These
Is
crimes
it?
of passion.
Guys, is it an ick here if your girl got beaten up?
Nah.
What by your old? Yeah, man. If my new thing needs to be able to punch up my old
Or-
thing, man.
Okay.
Huh?
It depends on the size though.
Yeah, that sounds
Like if the girl that beat her up is way smaller than her.
Yeah.
Yes, if your new thing size 0, but
Yo,
your
babes, come on, man. You
and the fluffy thing mash her up, then
got a
obviously-
bob and weave out here. It's something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're a man that's partial to a fluffy thing, and then your fluffy thing mash up your new skinny thing, then it's like, all right, cool. Like that's like the big thing got you. Like, all right, cool. But if it's a level playing field, you are the same size and that. Your new gal needs to be able to have hands. You get me? Like she can't be trying to punch up your old gal because then, yeah, man, you just start resenting her. You get me?
If you were in a fight, yeah. Sorry, I found fight so funny. If you were in a fight, yeah. And you're getting beaten up, yeah. Are you telling your girl to go?
Run, babe, run. Man's on the floor just holding bare kicks to the face.
Are you telling her to go, or do you want her to jump?
Oh, to jump in.
Like, what do you want her to do? Do you want her
Nothing. I wanted her to remove herself from the situation. Get away from us.
to get help, or like just
Nah,
go,
don't get help.
go home?
Don't get help. Or even record it just so I can watch it back.
I don't want to.
No.
If I got beat up in front of my
right.
girl, I'm probably gonna break up with her. The relationship's probably gonna be over.
That's so awkward.
No. I think it depends on the size of the opponent, man.
I don't think it's
No?
a woman. It's just so awkward.
No, I mean, if you're the man and you got beat up by a man who's way bigger than you, way stronger than you got to give him a blind there. You have to.
So, Mags, you said that you would break up with her.
Yeah,
If
it's
you got
either
beaten
that
up.
because she's gonna send me prison because the get back's gonna have to be crazy. There's no way I'm in the yard that my guys are thinking I'm some idiot. I don't care how big this person is. Like if they beat me up, then basically we're telling me they have to go back and kill
Nursing his
them.
wounds.
She's rubbing your wounds, kissing you on the
Yeah.
forehead. Tell,
Because I'm-
don't worry, babe. You get them next time.
You know, it
So-
don't make sense,
A
man.
fight is only over if it is that you win, Marks.
Yeah,
All right then.
yeah. Retribution.
Mash tongue, Marks.
That's
right.
right.
The get back. Trust me, you got to do it, man.
Yeah,
It's got to be done.
Daniel said, I guess it's the same if your man gets battered in front of you. Yeah, man, that's so orcs. I don't know what to say.
But
What if your man confronted a man who was trying to move to you and being disrespectful, but then that man beat him up? That's the ultimate worst.
Yeah, that's crazy. The relationship's over. The relationship's done. I'll break up with her.
Shouldn't have said anything.
I'll just say, obviously, I'm not a good enough man for you, innit? Maybe you should go with my man that just punched me out.
Yeah.
Now look what you've done. You're going angry. Now that's so, I never want to ever see something like that. I never want to. That's so awkward. Ugh. Anyway, all right. Is that it?
Yeah, I don't even want to see my dad get beat up.
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
not.
I would be so embarrassed.
Because
I
I'll
wouldn't-
jump in. I'm not like that, but I'll physically restrain
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
the opponent. You get me?
I just think it's my man couldn't see me getting. Oh dear.
I don't know. I see it differently. I don't think there's any shame in losing a fight to someone who is
bigger.
bigger than you. Like, I'm talking about girls. Right?
I would just feel so embarrassed.
The only time you should be losing a fight is when someone's like professionally trained. So it's like if I butt to you and he's like a jiu-jitsu man or he's in boxing
Yeah.
or karate, you get me? Like, alright, cool. Like me and her can even reason about that. Like, because you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's
Yeah.
like right, it's unfair. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But that's the only time. That's when it's acceptable. That's why you have to be careful who you're arguing with in the street because some of these men got skills. You get me? But that's the only time it's acceptable. Apart from that, you should be winning everything by hook or by crook. You get me? You got to make sure you come out on top. And if you don't, revenge.
Imagine a man move to you while you're with your girl.
What do you mean?
Like he tried to move to you. Not on a romantic thing, obviously. I'm
Oh.
talking about,
Nah.
like he tried to rob you, he tried to sun you in front of your girl and slap you back of your head, dickhead.
That's the worst.
Yeah, you got to punch him up though.
Yeah,
walked off.
exactly. Yeah, you gotta.
You got to punch him up.
Yeah,
You got to move.
but it depends who you are though, because I'm assuming that if a man approaches a man while he's with his girl, he looks at that man and thinks this man's an idiot, as Mark would say, idiot. Trouble in there. The other ones, there's trouble in there. So then that man's probably probably hasn't got the minerals to fight back.
I just think
What
it's
then?
how you carry yourself, yeah. Because if you just move a certain way and carry yourself a certain way, only like psychopaths are going to try and trouble you. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Honestly, like for the most part, like people will size you up and see what I go on and just see what kind of liberties they can take, or not even know for a fact, but just assume certain things. It's like this looks like a man who's not necessarily going to have me doing whatever I want, and then they'll just leave it for the most part. You get me? So first and foremost, you need to carry yourself in a way where people just ain't trying to try you. You get me?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Obviously, it's easier when you're over 6 foot.
There you go.
Danielle did ask, she said, what would you judge your man for not protecting your honor? Obviously, after I said that, you got beat up after. I'm not really, I've actually tweeted about this yesterday. I'm not really I like men who can judge situations. I'm not with someone, I don't like being with someone who would like want to fight. Obviously, if someone disrespects me, but I like an assertive man where if he says, listen, don't talk to her like that, the other guy will accept it because he commands that respect. I'm not really for man.
Well, you're gonna like a guy, yeah, that will diffuse the situation and not get into anything or whatever, or even like take a back step from it, yeah, because you're there. So you're like, okay, cool, I like that. He's sensible and all that. But then the whole way driving home, he's talking to you about how he would have mashed a man up and all that. It's like, what kind of fucking
No.
Shut up, man.
No, you missed my point. I said I like a man who commands respect. So he says to him, like, listen, don't talk to like that.
Yeah.
Relax. I don't want you to get in a fight, but I want you to definitely speak up for me. But you can't not say anything. I speak up for myself. Then you get in the car. Shut up. Shut up. Don't you dare tell me what you would have, could have, should have done, sir.
So hold on, for you, if a man gets beat up, it's an ick, right? But if he gets beat up defending your honor, is that different? Like obviously, if he gets into a fight on his own accord, like him and this other guy, for whatever reason they get into it, but what if he's defending you and he gets beat up?
I will assess the situation.
Okay.
Because I still don't want to be a guy whose first thing is like to just fight. You know, some guys are just hot. Do you get what I mean? They try and like overcompensate for like, you know, I'm protecting you kind of thing. I don't like problems, but I would assess the situation.
Okay.
If he said like, don't talk to her like that, blah blah,
Yeah.
and the other guy's a crazy person, and then they start fighting, that's different. But yeah,
If a man is always trying to talk his way out of things, as opposed to just like laying down,
being assertive, yeah,
is that ick for you?
yeah.
Okay. So for you, at a certain
no.
point, stop talking. Stop trying to get yourself out of it verbally and fight. Or is it?
It really depends on the situation.
Or is it talk until you diffuse it?
Do you know? I want someone who doesn't have to do talk. Like you talk once and that's it. They've heard you. That baby, that is very attractive.
Baby.
You talk the one time and they hear you, that's fine. But you command that the way you carry yourself, like whoever it is knows that this is not someone to disrespect.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I love that.
It's fine. I'm laughing inside about what Danielle said here. She said, I've been here, right? I had to swing myself. And afterwards, I told the man he wasn't a man.
I can't imagine Daniel swinging. No, but yeah, I can't be out here fighting and you're just there and you do nothing. Take on the boyfriend and say, do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, you can't, your girl can't be out here defending herself physically and you're just there doing nothing.
Yeah, it's true, you know.
Esther, no.
What about them girls that want to like pipe up? Them girls that are not reading the room that want to try and argue and chat like a group
That's
of
another
four
thing.
man. You know, there's like a group of four of them. You can tell they're boisterous and rowdy, and she's trying to be rude and extra loud and on some go on, babe. Like, baby, trying to get me mashed up by you.
Go on, babes, you got this.
Like one-on-one's different, but like, come on, man. Like, what are you trying to do here? Like, read the room, baby girl. Like,
baby girl.
All right. So as a man, what do you do if your girlfriend's in the wrong? So she's getting you into it but she's the one who's instigating the situation.
I think you got obviously kind of.
But at this point, she's got it to a point where the guys are piping up now. But they're like, yo, control your missus. Do you acknowledge that she's in the wrong and that their anger is
I'm
justified?
disciplining both
Or
of
do
them.
you know what I mean?
I'm disciplining both of them. Yeah, I'll punch him up and bad her up afterwards as well.
Do you know what's mad, yeah? Like,
kid her up.
in that moment, if my man was like, again, you know, the kind of man I like, assertive and blah, blah, if he's like, Esther, come on, stop being silly now, let's go. I find that very attractive. Hey, I like the respect, let's go. Let me get me like, listen, what you were doing, I'll be here for that.
Makes sense. There you go.
Yeah.
But there's bare guys out there, you know, go to the forefront, protect their woman.
And now you're beating up. That's
Yeah,
bad,
or
man.
sometimes like they go too far
And that's the thing.
and then they pen. 2-3 years.
You gotta break up
and
with
then,
me, man.
And then your baby's out here living life. Can
Yeah. Linking up with the guys that you were fighting.
you imagine? Everyone's dying after that. You know? Everyone's dying.
Everyone's getting it. Nah, that's jokes,
Stay
man.
woke. Stay woke out here, man.
Honestly,
real, man.
stay woke.
Has Danielle ever told you about her childhood or youth, the type of stuff that she used to get up to?
Is that why you? What? Because I'm shocked that she going to fight.
she
Is
was
it?
swingers, yeah.
And me and Daniel want
She
to
was on
talk.
crud.
Is it? All right, Daniel, when you get back, babes. Some catching up to do.
That's why she likes Mark so much.
All right. Well, let's get into the outro.
Trouble in there.
Love it, man. There's something about it. Here for it. But anyway, thank you guys for showing up and showing out in the comments, watching us live. We appreciate it. Do like, before you come off, like the video. You guys, no respect, no disrespect. Respect for you guys did a poor job of liking the video today. I'm going to call it a spade. Not enough, Margs. We've got like 159 people in here. At one point, we nearly had 200. And the likes are 92.
Yeah, it's horrible,
I'm
man.
appalled. Do you know, there's no show tomorrow. Since you guys want to act up so bad.
Is it? All right, cool. Say it.
Relax.
Oh, but come on, man.
But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in as always. Do follow us on all our social media platforms.
Hold on.
The day after
Ebony Onyx
TNB.
says you can't imagine E-Man fighting. And this goes back to the fly kick thing.
The flag kick.
I can't imagine it, bro.
I actually can.
That's good though.
I can see
It
Iman
shows-
being
it
so
shows-
troublesome.
It shows my transition.
He-Man from Hackney, you know. Remember that?
Exactly.
No,
Even
no, no,
listen,
I'm not saying he can't fight.
you just can't imagine it.
I can't imagine it.
I can imagine. Iman for me is
I'm a new man.
no, that's not what I was going with that. I can see it. Clear as day.
Serious.
Yeah. I think because you know what it is? Because you're very chilled and laid back, and those are the dangerous men in my opinion. Because when you piss them off and you get like, Obviously, poor Cahill didn't piss you off.
He did. He
Cahill.
did.
Okay, Hill.
He did. It was a succession of stupid things.
I have a feeling you can stand straight and kick quite high. Is that true?
Wow.
Gymnast.
Wow, the image.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know.
You know, in my head, I just saw a ballerina.
That's so dumb.
I can't do them
Nah.
karate things, man.
Okay.
That's so jokes. That's why you guys do Pilates. Get flexible. But yeah, man, we appreciate you guys as always. If you'd like to send voice notes or text in for Sis, what would you do? Asking for a friend. Send it into 075 6484 1073. If you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, you can email our team the day after at thenewblack.com. Don't click out this video without liking it, otherwise you're a witch. Okay? Let's be real. But yeah, guys, we'll be here tomorrow if the likes get a good number overnight. And yeah, thank you for always joining us and see you tomorrow.
See you then.
Peace out, man.